more up to date on the history than a lot of the average people. So I think we at a point where we can actually restructure the Mount Rushmore of WWE. We're not gonna lock it down to 5 people. We're gonna redefine the eras. We're gonna redefine the timeline of WWE from Buddy Rogers all the way to Roman Reigns. You ready to do this?
Attention, all proud warriors. Have you ever
All
considered
right.
joining
So,
Time
of course,
Patrol? As a Time Patroller,
we're
you'll
gonna
prevent
keep
history from being
The main
changed.
3: Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino.
Our duty is to protect
And Bob
everyone's
Back.
memories and help return history to the way it should be.
I just knocked that out the box already. Buddy Rogers because he was the first. Bruno
But we need your
Sammartino
help.
because he helped the rise of the company.
The only
and
requirements
Bob
are
Backlund
confidence in
because
your
he helped
capabilities.
kept the company on his back for many,
And of
many
course, a strong desire to
years.
protect
So we
history.
gotta keep those 3 regardless. That era is defined.
We've got a school for
That's set
honing
in
your
stone. That is
skills
the foundation of the
and a
WWE.
fully equipped item shop. How about it? Why not use your
80s.
strength to help out a great cause?
80s and early 90s. You got the golden era of WWE.
We're always on the lookout for powerful warriors.
Got the rise of Hulk Hogan.
Okay then, listen carefully. To maintain
And there are
safety
so many
here,
legends
in
in that
Kanton
era,
City,
where they're
home to the
legends now
Time Patrol,
considered.
there are a few
But
rules
of
you
course,
must
you
keep.
can't define that era outside of Hulk Hogan, unless you have freaking art. We're not even. We ain't
First,
even gonna put
firing a
another category.
Kamehameha within city limits is prohibited.
We gonna just list. We gonna just
Time
list the
patrollers
most
wishing to
definitive
fly when
figures
not
of
on
WWE
duty
as far as
are required
holding
to
up an
obtain a
entire
flying
era.
license. Please help keep Kanton City safe by obeying its traffic laws.
But for the
Lastly,
80s,
any alteration
I
of
can't.
history
I
is a
ain't gonna
grave
lie. Everyone I
offense.
did, I kind of capped off at 4.
Our missions come with the
So
risk
for the
of changing
80s, I
history.
kind of had Hulk Hogan clearly, which again you can't
So you must
mention Hulk
exercise the
Hogan
utmost
without
caution.
mentioning Macho Man.
Avoid
And I
making
also had-
changes to history like
Also
Trunks
had
did.
Ultimate Warrior and Rowdy
Keeping these
Roddy
things
Piper.
in mind, please carry out your missions safely. For the sake of
course,
the world
thanks
and
for
its
the follow,
history,
brother.
we look
Appreciate
forward
it.
to welcoming each of you
So we
to
just
the
do
Time
4 per
Patrol.
era.
No, if you got another format you were doing, that's cool.
I
That's
mean,
just-
me personally, like I kind of feel like that makes it too easy.
So shoot it to what?
Let's make it 2 per era then. We can knock it to 2 per era.
2 per era? Cool.
But I
Yeah,
kinda feel like that makes it-
then I gotta go with Hulk Hogan.
But I don't want to be for us though. I really don't want it to be. I really don't want it to be too easy for us. Like I really want to think about this because yeah, we had Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, right? But if we're gonna bring up Macho Man, we gotta bring up Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We gotta bring up just straight WWE.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
We gotta bring up the Ultimate Warrior. Just a major part of it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of figured. Like I kind of feel like it's just too easy.
Okay, so look, the low-hanging, honestly, God, yeah, going based off like what you just said, the low-hanging fruit. When we talking about, we not necessarily talking about the faces. We're talking about the people who kind of the workhorses that put the company on their back for a period of time.
Yes, like
Okay.
the
The low-hanging fruit to the average, the casual would say Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Okay, but when we digging based off what I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm gonna talk Ricky Steamboat and shit. I think. My thing
You
is.
see what I mean? Now?
My thing is right. Of course, I say the Macho Man is the low-hanging fruit. I don't want to put him as a face, only because it's like he was the perfect utility belt for that time, which it's tough.
It really is because like you got Hulk Hogan, who was the face of the company, who was the man at that time, but although he was the mega star that he was. Kind of
Attention, all
Macho
proud
Man was
warriors.
on that ass.
Have you ever considered joining Time Patrol? As a Time
Hulk
Patroller,
Hogan is
you'll
the face
prevent
of the
history
company.
from being changed.
Right, but like I kind of feel like Macho Man was on his ass.
Our duty is to protect
'Cause he's a
everyone's
guy
memories
who-
and
he's
help
the
return
Intercontinental
history to the
champion.
way it should be.
He damaged the belt, but it fit his character.
But we
Hey,
need
bro,
your
look.
help.
If if I'm a
Like,
being,
The only requirements are confidence in your capabilities.
like a more of a mainstream audience.
And of course,
now,
a
granted,
strong
I know
desire
what
to
Hulk Hogan
protect
is,
history.
right.
but as a kid,
We've got a school for honing
my
your skills.
I know
and
what
a
Hulk
fully
Hogan
equipped item
means
shop.
to this culture as an
How about it?
adult.
Why not
But
use
as
your
a
strength
kid,
to help out a great cause?
Macho Man and his Slim Jim commercials are embedded
We're
in my
always on the
head
lookout
more
for
than
powerful
anything Hulk
warriors.
Hogan ever did.
Yeah, but that was
Okay
later.
then,
though.
listen
I-
carefully. To maintain safety
was
here,
like the-
in Canton City,
No,
home
that-
to the
that-
Time
that's
Patrol,
what I'm saying,
there are
like-
a few rules you must keep.
The earlier stuff didn't necessarily. I wasn't watching back then. Bruh, my literal. For now, granted, I've
firing a
been back and
Kamehameha
watched
within city
stuff
limits
since
is
then.
prohibited.
My literal very first
Time
match,
patrollers
which
wishing to
actually
fly
was a
when not on
blessing.
duty
My first match
are
that I remember
required
watching
to obtain
wrestling
a flying
was at
license.
WrestleMania 13,
Please
14,
help keep
Stone
Canton
Cold
City
versus
safe
Shawn
by obeying
Michaels,
its traffic
with Mike
laws.
Tyson as the guest enforcer.
Lastly, any
Yeah, that was
alteration
my-
of history is a
That
grave
was literally the
offense.
first time I had ever watched wrestling.
Our
And I was
missions
just
come with
walking
the
through my
risk of
house and my
changing
dad was
history.
sitting there like, yo, what is this? And honest to God, on my kid, word of
So
my
you
kids,
must exercise
word
the
of bond,
utmost caution.
I was,
Avoid
my
making
dad
changes to
was
history
more
like
so
Trunks did.
hyped about, yo, that's
Keeping these
Iron
things
Man
in
Mike
mind, please
Tyson.
carry out your
I
mission
was
safely.
stuck on, yo,
For the sake of
did
the
you
world
see that
and its
dude
history,
just took
we
that
look forward
punch?
to welcoming each of
Right.
you
To
to
the
You
the
know,
Time
you know what did it
Patrol.
for me though? The Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus Edge of Christian and the ladder match that predated TLC.
Oh, that was that Survivor Series?
That was at.
It was just a regular ladder match, the regular ladder match, not TLC.
That was WrestleMania 2000.
Okay.
So I watched that WrestleMania you talk about Shawn Michaels. I didn't really pay attention to all the other ones, but that main event was fire because I wasn't really in the wrestling ring.
Yeah, I was, bro. I didn't know what was going on, bro. I
Right.
didn't know what was
I
going
got
on.
invited, when I got invited to my auntie house, and for those who don't know, me and Killer Ike is cousins. For veterans, for veteran listeners, me and Killer Ike are cousins. General 216, we part of the show. We all family. So like when by Billy Funk, Jim impressed with the dude who got hit. But no, so my very first like WrestleMania where I actually got pulled into it was WrestleMania 2000. They had that ladder match. That predated the tables, ladders, and chairs match. Once I saw Jeff Hardy jump off that ladder in the rampway and land on Bubba Ray Dudley, I was hooked for life. I was hooked for life. I'm like, what is this, and where has it been on? Like, it was just controlled chaos at its finest.
Look, bro. So, I know we ain't completely off subject, but hey, it's going by the time. Bro, so look, imagine this. That was my very first match. My very first promo ever seen being cut was literally the next night. The show started off with Triple H and his infamous Sean drop the ball speech. That was my literal first time I saw a promo.
Yeah. Yeah, but going back to what we said, I kind of feel like instead of putting Hulk Hogan up there, even though it's hard not to, because he's the reason he put the rocket.
Attention,
on
all
the WWE
proud
ship
warriors.
that made it what
Have
it
you
is
ever
today.
considered joining Time Patrol?
Like,
As a
it's kinda
Time
hard
Patroller,
not to
you'll
put
prevent
Hulk Hogan
history
up there.
from
So,
being
you know,
changed.
for this era, we'll put you up there. We'll give him Hulk Hogan and a Macho Man. So,
Our duty is
only
to protect
because
everyone's memories and help return history
Randy
to the
was
way
hot
it
on
should
his
be.
ass. That entire era.
But we need your help.
At that point, it was
The
really
only
just a
requirements are
matter of
confidence in your
what you want,
capabilities.
Hulk Hogan or Macho
And of
Man.
course, a strong
Macho
desire to
Man.
protect
And
history.
then moving into that whole 90s scene.
We've
the
got a
Wrestle-
school for
the
honing your
Wrestle Rock era
skills
led well into the
and a
90s.
fully equipped
And I kind
item
of feel
shop.
like that's
How about
kind
it?
of what
Why not
snubbed
use your
Bret
strength
Hart
to help out a great
off
cause?
of- let's get it. Let's
Always
get
on the
into
lookout
that
for
new
powerful
generation era.
warriors.
We already defined that.
Okay then, listen carefully. To maintain safety here, in Canton City, home to the Time Patrol, there are a few rules you must keep.
You got them fighting for the top of
First,
the
firing a
pyramid.
Kamehameha within
Then
city
under
limits
that,
is
you got
prohibited.
Diesel, and you got
Time
Razor
patrollers
Ramon.
wishing to fly when not on duty are required to obtain a flying license.
I'm good.
Please help keep Content City safe by obeying its traffic law.
I can actually sit there and think of a lot of characters that stand out to even to like the average fan. Like even kids know who Doink the Clown is.
Yeah, but although Doink made his impact, it really wasn't as impactful. Before we even move forward, Undertaker is on there regardless.
Yeah, Undertaker's on there. Yeah, for sure. Undertaker. Yeah, I mean we got the three. The three solidified: Bret, Shawn, and Undertaker.
Yeah, we're gonna throw them. Well, no, I can't say Bret though, because Bret kind of got outshined by Shawn Michaels. That entire era.
We're only keeping two. Right?
No, we'll throw Undertaker up there. Undertaker got to be on.
Oh no, that's the thing. I just didn't know if we keep it two. I'm going with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Even though Bret, all three of them inspired a whole damn generation of wrestlers that we even seeing today.
But Bret became an enemy of itself, though.
And an enemy of Goldberg's foot.
Yeah, I kind of feel like
I was later on, but
like my critique of Bret Hart, amazing wrestler, but he got in his own way. That's literally my critique of Bret Hart. Like he was Hulk Hogan before WCW. Like he got in his own way, and he didn't want to get with the program of being open to. He cared more about himself than the match, and that's what kind of snubbed Bret Hart out of that Mount Rushmore spot. Because I kind of feel like if he was willing to play ball, we'd be talking about Bret Hart and not Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, imagine if he just did the job.
Exactly.
I mean, granted,
dynamic.
We get no screw job, but imagine if he just did the job.
I'm just saying, like, but yeah, I kind of feel like Shawn Michaels takes him out of that Mount Rushmore as far as that era goes. Like I said, Undertaker's up there regardless of what era you put him in. Undertaker. Right. So we kind of can't include him in this discussion because it's a given. So we're going to put Shawn Michaels up there.
Oh, so if we're excluding Undertaker, I'm sorry, Doug. I got to go with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. Then if we're excluding Undertaker, I got to go with them too.
I mean, if that's what you, I kind of feel like you got to kind of remove Bret Hart from the discussion.
Why? Why?
Because here's what I'm saying. Because one, he got in his own way. Two, not only did he get snubbed by Shawn Michaels, but he also got snubbed by Hulk Hogan prior to that. Remember?
That's true, but I got to look at if we compare them to his peers, which his peers in this situation would be Shawn Michaels and Undertaker.
Right, but he
has, and as opposed to them, his run during that era was relatively short. He's had just as much influence, if not more, as them.
Yeah, but he dropped the ball.
No, true. From a character standpoint, in business, you didn't do business. Completely understand that. But even still, in that very short time window of his run in this era with his peers, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, who we know what they went on to become. We know the legacy that they went on to establish. Him, in that short time, he still got a legacy just as valuable, if not more, than them. Because when he left, when he did what he did for let's just say the next 30 years, people were still saying, man, Bret was the best to ever do it. He was one of the most safest workers. No one ever got hurt on his watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I kind of feel like, I guess I'm getting it mixed up with the man versus the character. Because it's kind of, like I said, I just kind of feel like it's wasted potential. He went from Hulk Hogan taking his title shot at WrestleMania to getting snubbed by Shawn, to getting snubbed by Steve Austin, to leaving the company in general.
I got you, but it's so much stuff in between there. Like, he carried the Intercontinental division, then he was World Heavyweight division, main eventing WrestleMania, whatever. We actually got one of our most iconic Stone Cold moments. Bret Hart was the one who gave that to us.
Yeah, well, yeah, putting into that dynamic. But yeah, we got to throw him up there then. So Shawn Michaels, Bret, Undertaker is a given. So that's up there.
Yeah, Undertaker is that's the outliner, and he automatically on the damn list.
He's the three people at the top. Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, word.
They're at the top of the mountain. Point blank. Period.
They up there looking like, oh, y'all still down there competing.
Right. You're right. Like they just up there. Then we move on to what? We got the Attitude Era.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna get spread out. Like I feel for everybody watching.
Like this is too easy for us. This too easy for us.
This is about to be an extensive ass list, especially when we start getting into later years, because like we just hitting the tip of the iceberg. Attitude Era. Do we do Stone Cold and The Rock, or just Stone Cold?
Oh, bro, you gonna hate me for this. I only got one of them. Now, who
only got one?
The one that it can be, we can interchange that between Rock and Stone Cold, but Triple H has to be there.
No, Triple H is the next one up for that.
For the word. I'm in Attitude. I got Attitude Era in my head. I got next in my head. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with. Damn, I got Mankind.
See what I mean?
But
like,
this is our era right here. Yeah. This one is our era, though.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you really sit and think about this stuff, this been boggling my mind all week. Because if we sit and think about it, it's a lot harder. It seemed easy for all the early stuff, but it's a lot harder than we think because we got to redefine the eras.
I feel like
to see what people think.
This one should have an asterisk next to it, and the name is less. Only because when I say it, you will completely understand, and either you agree with it or you don't. But I feel like it shouldn't be Shawn Michaels. It shouldn't be Triple H. And it should be the entire D-Generation X as a whole. Because that's literally DX is one of them groups that like when people come up, they know we talk about wrestling. So that's one of them the people the things that they instantly it's DX. Go ahead.
We're gonna do a faction episode. That's a whole
okay. Cool.
We're not.
So we're gonna stick to individual. Oh, what the hell?
I don't know what happened, yo. I
don't know what the hell just happened.
Lost visuals.
Oh shit!
I just lost visuals and everything.
Man, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh man, hey, when is the last time we had a technical difficulty?
Right, it's been so long since we had to say, yo, if it happens on air, it was meant to happen.
Right, like we just had a huge technical. We back there, we good. All right, we good. We live, we still live. Sorry about that, guys. Is it the anniversary? 5/19? I think it's our anniversary. I don't know, but this is.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me go dig real quick, cause you might be absolutely right. Oh no. For what? The Afterthought Era, or just us coming together, pod and period.
Just us coming together, pod and period.
But I wasn't there for the inception of the Afterthought Era, so yeah. If the inception of us coming together, pod and period. Well, at least me coming on board. I think that was like in January. It was before Royal Rumble.
Oh, what? Where? All right. I don't know. Sauce will be here shortly. But
let me find out that was your scapegoat. Sauce will be here shortly.
let me find. Oh, damn, that was weird. Okay, getting back to the Attitude Era. So we're gonna do factions as their own thing.
Yeah, we had another episode.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah.
So Attitude Era. We got Stone Cold. We got The Rock. Shawn Michaels. We already gave him his spot. Triple H can't count for this one.
Damn, that's
so we really got
tough.
Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley. It's Mankind.
Yeah.
Because Mick Foley did some work during this
Yeah,
era.
that's a fact.
Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dual.
Kane. We counting Kane.
He didn't really blow up in this era.
Yeah. Well, that was more so the ruthless aggression era. But see, I just don't like it because that was an unmasked Kane. So that's why I tried to sneak him into Attitude Era because at least he was masked.
He was there, but he wasn't really there.
Yeah. Trust me. Yeah, I got you.
He had some important storylines in the Attitude Era.
I will give him that. Undertaker brother.
Right, like I'll give him that, but he was always kept at that, and y'all gonna hate me for this, but Kane was always kept at that mid card during the Attitude.
The higher of the mid card. Where you could believe he would compete for a world title, but we're not gonna make him compete for a world title.
Yeah, like he was more so chasing that Intercontinental. So
you gotta think about it, bro. His first world title run was literally a day.
Right. So yeah, we can't really count Kane in that. So yeah, we got Mick Foley, The Rock, and Stone Cold.
That's what we gonna. Man, yeah, you know, as much as I feel like it gotta be. I feel like it's one diamond in the rough that we just ain't thought about. That after we're done, we'll be like, oh, how could we forget? What the hell am I?
Well, that was when the tag team division was real hot.
What? Maybe that's our obsession with the tag team division as an adult. Why we so disappointed? Because as kids, we had some fucking talent.
That tag team division in the Attitude Era, boy. You had your big three, but you also had some subsidies in between that. So, Boss Man and Bull Buchanan, D'Lo Brown and the Godfather. We can't forget they tag team for a while. Like we had some legit teams back
then. Damn.
So,
word.
So that's when that tag team division was El Fuego. The New Age Outlaws, both variations. People forget there was two variations of that. You had the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and you also had X-Pac.
I remember, when I was a kid, I used to call them the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah, but you know that's when the tag team division was real hot. But as far as that top title contendership, like I said, can't count the Undertaker. He had the peak of the mountain. But we had Stone Cold and we had The Rock, and we watched they rise. And we had Mick Foley.
We had a couple, bro. We had the debut with Chris Jericho. We had a real young Big Show.
Yeah, but we gotta count Chris Jericho during his ruthless aggression run, because that's when he was at his peak.
Witness. See, that's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
I consider his peak. I consider peak and Chris. As much as I'm a Randy Orton fan, I was a Chris Jericho fan as a kid. But I'm more so. I can't say peak because it's just that Chris Jericho got such a long career. It's hard for me to sit there and pick where his peaks and valleys at, though, for real.
Yeah, but during the Attitude Era, he was mid card.
So that's why I was about to say what I'm about to say next. That when he was WWE champion, I don't even think that was ruthless aggression era yet at the time.
Oh, that was the.
It was like in between, yeah.
That's gonna be the draft era. That's what we're gonna coin that, the draft era, because everything was up in the air. That original draft, after WrestleMania 17, that's his own era within itself, because so much happened before it was coined the ruthless aggression era. That's always left out of discussion because it's overshadowed by the invasion. Hulk Hogan's WWE Championship run, or Undisputed Championship run. His feud with the Undertaker. Triple H winning the championship.
That's one. Side note: that's probably Triple H's most lackluster title run ever. He literally held the title. But that Triple H was a transitional champion in that moment.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Like, we gonna get there. Like, that's what I said. We gotta redefine everything. Because there's a lot of stuff that people always leave out when they had this discussion. But yeah, we got to get an attitude era to The Rock, or the guy get an attitude era to Stone Cold Steve Austin, honestly. Because not only because that was his era, but I kind of feel like, although him and The Rock had that rivalry, without that rivalry, would The Rock even be considered a conversation?
I want to say no, but a very vital as the I can't even sit up there. As vital as The Rock versus Stone Cold was, we could have easily slid in.
Yeah, put Stone Cold up there, or Mick Foley, or anybody.
Nah, let me not say that. No, because I was about to say Triple H, but again, we're saving Triple H for later on, which is right. Which rightfully, yeah, because we talk about the Attitude Era. Triple H was damn near just a Sean's sidekick and then a faction leader during the majority of the Attitude Era.
Pretty much. He was the most evil son of a bitch in WWE.
The Attitude Era, the end of the Attitude Era was basically the start of the game.
Yeah, that was the Triple H show. And then he got hurt, had to sit on the bench for a while. So we gonna like I said, we gonna get there.
That's further. Yeah,
we gonna get there.
But we established at Stone Cold, The Rock. It's just these names just gonna keep popping up, and it's hard to ignore them. Stone Cold, The Rock, and Mick Foley.
Pretty much.
Again, and we could easily toss Undertaker in there, but we clear we got Undertaker at this thing above, where like he just looking over all eras when need be.
Right. His career is so long, and he's had so many moments. Like
he's literally one of the only people that we're gonna name that literally has a moment damn near in every one of these eras.
Everyone. That's why I say he right up there. He at the top. He on the peak. He's standing down with Bruno and Buddy Rogers. Buddy Rogers was the first. Bruno Sammartino put the foundation in. Undertaker literally carried this company on his back for 20 years. So
if he didn't physically carry it on his back, didn't no damn show. He made sure that everybody did exactly what that shit was ran to a T. Yo, you're doing business tonight. This is if you ain't doing business, this is what they call it, the wrestler's court.
Wrestler's court. Like, you gonna do this shit right. If you do anything wrong, that's your ass. That was Undertaker.
Like, and from what I was hearing, they hazing was real hazing back in the day.
Ooh. The stories we've been told. The stories we've heard. But yeah,
I'm like,
man,
what?
So we gotta,
oh no, we'd have been fighting.
I was like, that complete era, I kind of say. But honestly, I kind of feel like we got to give it to Mick Foley and Steve Austin.
Cool. I can rock out with that. I can really rock out with that.
As much as we love The Rock, he will forever be the people's champion. But he was completely overshadowed by Steve Austin. And I hate to say it, Mick Foley, he was just there to connect those dots for real.
Look, that's how I kind of I hate that I keep going back to Triple H, because at that point in time, Triple H he wasn't the game yet, but he was the perfect enemy for either one of them two when they were baby. Well, that's what we remember them for, the baby face.
Yeah, when they needed a distraction.
Right.
Rock got the title right now. Steve, we're gonna put you with Triple H. Steve has the title right now.
Right.
Rock, we're gonna put you with Triple H.
Exactly.
Like, it's kind of connecting those dots. And then Mick Foley played such a vital role,
especially to both of them.
Exactly. So we kind of that's what makes me want to put him up there before The Rock. And it's hard for me to do that, but he did the Four Faces of Foley, which fit into that Steve Austin storyline of him and Vince McMahon. And then he had that I Quit match with The Rock.
Oh, the fake I Quit.
Yeah, like Mick Foley was so viable at that point in time.
Instinct.
Like, you can't not put him up there with Steve Austin. And Steve Austin was the man in the Attitude Era. He could do no wrong.
Do you really want me to beat you that
was
badly?
A big name, but he was just if you really, really think about the bare bones of it, he was just there. He was there as an elevator.
You said The Rock?
If you really, yeah, like he was just there. Think about it. Rock was in the Nation. He had Stone Cold versus the Nation.
Brother. And I
get to the Rock.
You would understand.
What happened? Stone Cold moved on. Rock started feuding.
I understand you're a creep who's bent on destroying
Rock
Earth.
turns heel.
And that's why I'm going to stop you.
Yeah, like The Rock was there. But like he was just the elevation
of the Saiyan race. Impossible! What's with this power?
Mick Foley had his hands in so many pots back then.
This has got to be a joke. Being pressured.
I never said no.
You're right. You're not off with you're not off with where you going.
Billy, I never said Foley was a bigger draw than The Rock. It's not about draws. We ain't talking about draws. We're talking about in general the most important people in this area. We're not talking about who put asses in seats.
If we were talking about draws, hand down, it's Stone Cold, greatest draw of all time.
Right, like we're not talking about draws. We're talking about redefining.
This guy?
We're getting rid of the popularity contest and redefining this shit for what it is. That's the goal of the night. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, but hey, we got some strong statements. He got some strong statements. But yeah, man, I kind of feel like Mick Foley had his hands in way too many pots. So you got to go with Stone Cold and Mick.
Greetings.
The Rock was just used as an elevation tool. Every time he went against Stone Cold got bigger. The Rock didn't headline WrestleMania. And I get what you're saying. Yes, The Rock had better mic skills, but at that time, he was used as a
bro, look, I look for that. That's a real simple answer, and that could be fact, right? That The Rock had better mic skills than Mick Foley, but I'm not just about to undermine a man who can play 4 characters in a matter of a month and convince you to believe all 4 of them.
Yeah, like he was
like
more
that. Take a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right. And then capping off the attitude there, The Rock headlined WrestleMania at the end of the attitude era.
Do you really want me to beat you that badly?
And then he headlined one with Stone Cold. Before that was WrestleMania 14.
Here goes. Ultra Instinct!
What, Stone Cold versus The Rock?
Yeah.
Damn. Whichever one I started watching, it had to be 13 or 14. Yeah, literally the next pay-per-view, the next Mania was Stone Cold versus The Rock. So yeah, it's either 14 or 15.
And even then, The Rock was a hero.
Try not to get yourself killed.
All right, then.
Like,
not going to be holding back.
Are you ready? Here I go.
Jutsu.
I'm sorry. Tien, don't die. Tien.
And then Mick Foley, he was such a battle kid all of that aspect. Like,
Mick Foley was even playing not only
a lot better than I thought.
Like, it was other people.
I'm not done yet. I can still fight.
Ball Bear, like he was
not
a piece
bad,
insert anywhere for real.
But not for much longer.
Mr. Piccolo's trainer. I won't lose that easily.
All right.
Give it to him. Like I said,
Show me
that
that hidden power of yours.
There's gonna be a lot of people who can't put that
Mr.
popularity
Piccolo. Dad.
That's why we get the common. We just talking to an average person.
Surprising. You're a lot stronger than I expected.
What? Yo, The Rock, Stone Cold. I see. You can say that, but you're saying that more so. Well, not you, but talking to the person.
Right.
You're saying that more so based on the popularity aspect because that was who was in your face. So that's who all you know for real. There were many other players to even put that person that you're talking about in that position.
Right, like we're not drinking the Kool-Aid tonight.
Because look, as much as again, we didn't already separated this guy, but as much as The Rock and Triple H and Mankind were vital enemies of Stone Cold that he needed, that man needed the Undertaker too. The Undertaker was a vital rivalry against his.
Yeah, that entire, like I said, that entire attitude era was the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin and his grip on the WWE, like on the WWF.
Hey, look, bro. In a way, look, in kayfabe, it's storyline bullshit. Stone Cold was almost Jesus God in one night when he saved Stephanie McMahon from getting put on that cross.
He saved Stephanie from the Undertaker. Like, there's not one attitude era moment that people remember that doesn't involve Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the beer truck that was it was so iconic that it was redone into a milk truck.
Right. Like, we can't deny that.
Oh, that is a sight to remember. Seeing Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon getting sprayed with that hose, yo.
Man, hey, this how I know we about to piss the people off. What Billy he said it's all scripted anyway. So who's really the GOAT, Vince McMahon?
I mean, if you want to be a sour puss and rain,
no disrespect to your boy, but I mean, like, that's everybody cop out when they get mad at stuff.
Right. It's fake anyway. Come on, man. That's the cop out for when the discussion hit a brick wall.
Like, oh, goddamn, no, Vince write all this shit anyway. Fuck it.
Shit. And that's ignorance. If you know, Vince don't write a goddamn thing. That it's brought to Vince, and then he just says yes or no.
Right. Like, Booker T, I nigga. Vince would write that shit.
Vince wrote that. Vince wrote that one. I give him that one. Man, I'm pretty sure the entire writing room advised against that one. Vince was like, God damn it! That shit sells.
What sold it was the look on Booker T's face. He was like, the fuck?
Bruh. It was the you can tell he knew he was my nigga. He didn't even say it with my nigga. And just kept strolling on.
I think he couldn't say shit because he remembered that WCW shit. He was like, damn, I can't even be mad at my boy.
Oh, why, bro?
I can't even be mad at that.
Bro, I am today years old that I just connected the fucking dot on the reason Booker T was the one who said that. Oh, snap.
Yeah, boy. He's like, I can't even be mad at Vince for that one. Damn.
That's funny. Never once thought about that, yo.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, The Rock is way bigger than... Dwayne is bigger than... But we're not discussing Dwayne. We're talking about The Rock. That's a whole other character in my book. You don't see Dwayne rock bottom people on the screen. Even though they try to throw it in there, it just don't hit right. It don't hit.
Look, I saw that. I haven't watched no Fast and the Furious movie. None of that shit since Too Fast, Too Furious. That I remember Tokyo Drift came out. Never even bought it. I pretty much gave up at that point in time. But I do remember walking in on my mom watching Fast 5. And The Rock did, like, rock bottom someone through a wall or some shit like that. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? Oh, my boy said WWE is trash. Trooper called Hogan the N-word. Oh, Booker T called Hogan the N-word. Oh, he was talking to Hogan when he said that? Didn't even know that. Like, no, I didn't know that's what he was talking about.
It slipped up. He was like, Hulk Hogan, coming for you, nigga. Then he was like, oh, shit. I just said that on live TV. Fuck. Why he was like, oh, God. That's what his hair's like.
When he grabbed his head, look, the way he grabbed his head, you would have thought his career was going to be over. Little did we know, a whole Hall of Fame career later.
Right. I was like a blip in, like, I was like a blip in the back burner.
Boy, my chest said Roman Reigns is the bad guy in Fast 10. Shut up, Tito, man. John Cena dies in Fast 10. Shut up, Tito.
Anyway, get back to what we're talking about. All right, so we got that in between era. We got We got the invasion era, they like to call it.
Okay, we got invasion era. I can go with that. Cool.
All right, so we had Stone Cold and the Rise.
Yeah, I'm about to say they right there still.
Well, we got the rise of Chris Jericho.
True. That's one of the things that did come out of that invasion. Plus Booker T, Rob Van Dam.
Right. You can't count WCW. World title wasn't a thing yet. We got one undisputed champion. We got the original brand split happened during that area. So that invasion era had some moments. It had some moments.
You know what? For me, we're gonna call it the invasion, but for my picks, I'm just gonna have to give it an asterisk and just say the whole invasion as a whole was a moment, because it brought together like so much shit that like I'm not even talking from the aspect of dream matches, because some we got, some we didn't get though, for real. But the aspect of we got the United States Championship, a WCW staple. We have that in WWE now. We have the World Heavyweight Champion, the big gold belt. We have that in WWE now. We had our WWE Tag Team Champion. We got the World Tag Team. Now, eventually, they did do some weird shit with how they split them up and renamed them, whatever. But I feel like just that whole thing was a moment in itself for me, though. And granted, that invasion angle, the whole thing behind the invasion literally shaped the game for the next 20 plus years. Because that literally, there was no, as far as TV in America, wrestling, that there was no place else to go, to the point that we saw the birth of Impact. Well, TNA at the time, NWA at the time.
TNA didn't come till later though. We was in Ruthless Aggression.
Oh no! Again, I just jumped super ahead when speaking about TNA. Yeah. Just more so speaking about the impact of the invasion angle. We didn't get another wrestling company on TV for years.
But I kind of feel like people often overshadowed about how bad the storyline. You know what? I'm gonna speak for myself. Storyline wasn't even fucking the storyline wasn't even bad for real. I think it was people.
It's in hindsight. It's in hindsight because we did get the top dogs.
Yeah, but I mean, as somebody watching it, like as being every minute, it was fucking awesome. I used to stay up on public access television and play with my antenna to watch ECW at night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why does your male character have a booty? Shut up, Tito. Nah, look, it was. You said Impact came in 2004. No, look, it was more so the. Now I'm not gonna act like the idea. I'm not gonna act like the where is Goldberg and Kevin Nash. I'm not going to act like that didn't ever go through my head at least once or twice, but that it was just that. Where they at? And never once thought about it again though, for real. I wasn't as a kid. I'm not looking at the aspect of these contracts and buyouts, and some people actually don't want to work for Vince McMahon. So, given the fact that I was ignorant to the business side of it back then, I was 100% content with what we had at that moment. Now, again,
we had the Rise channel here.
My bad. You said what?
We had the Rise channel here. Like, so many blips happened in that.
Come on, don't do that to me, Knight. Don't bring up no damn Sean O'Haire.
Look, I love the character of Sean.
No, I did too. It just didn't have any staying power for where they put it.
Right. Yeah, but we had the Rise of Sean O'Haire. We had the return of Hulk Hogan. As much as I really don't fuck with him now, but I kind of fucked with him then.
Here it goes. No, you still understand.
Ultra instinct.
To the business.
We had the
Do you really want me to beat you that badly?
Watch the Rise of John Cena.
Impact. There was my bad.
Well, the NWA TNA that kind of don't count because who was paying every week to watch it? Who was paying? It was on pay-per-view only for like the first year.
Oh, see, I didn't even get hip to TNA until it was on
Spike.
I believe it was Spike.
But when it was NWA TNA, they were like, it was like pay-per-view. You had to pay it for it.
I remember seeing that. I most definitely remember seeing that. Hey, hold on.
I don't know
who was on Spike first, WWE or TNA?
WWE was on Spike for him.
So the TNA went to Spike after WWE got a new TV deal.
After WWE got moved to TNT.
Okay. TNT. No, WWE wasn't on TNT.
Yeah, they got moved.
That's Ted Turner. That's Ted Turner. They wasn't. They wasn't.
TNN. My fault. TNN.
Oh, TNN. Yeah.
They took over the ECW slot.
Yeah.
That's why ECW on the TV deal.
Sting took the buyout. He didn't want to go to WWE. Kevin Nash took a buyout too. 2 years paid for sitting at home. Free cable.
I got to school your boy because you know he watching. Sting didn't come to WWE, and it's from the horse's mouth because he saw how they treated Booker T. He didn't trust how they was going to be used. It had nothing to do with a buyout. Sting said that itself. Once they looked at Booker T, who was a five-time, I'll go do that. But who's a 5-time?
In one line, they dismissed all of that.
They dismissed all of it.
Are you?
And it's just completely discredited all the hard work Booker T did.
Oh,
that's where WWE messed up with Sting.
He said TNA was $9.99 a week till they found a TV deal. God damn!
Look, my mama wasn't kicking my ass, bro.
Ooh. Yo,
you know what I mean? I wasn't getting my ass whooped every week for TNA. All right?
Yeah. Look, we was pushing it for WWE. I ain't getting my ass whooped for TNA.
that wasn't happening back then. But no, so like once they discredited Booker T, that's why Sting was like, yeah, I'm about to go this.
Let's work together.
Kevin Nash did come in for his new stuff.
I know. We're going to show what the martial artists of Earth can do.
I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing more reassuring than fighting alongside former rivals.
But getting back to this,
going down.
We had so many
this
blips,
this
like,
kind of pressure.
In that invasion era.
Is this the end?
So many blips. Not bad. Up on the scene.
Damn it. No match here.
The NWO was a part of that. You're right. The NWO was a part of that.
That was really at the end of the Survivor Series that decided, who was gonna get this thing. That was literally that WrestleMania. Well, they came.
Oh, we would have to count that. We would have to count that original brand split in with this.
What's this?
We would have to.
How long did the brand
after WrestleMania 17? That's what they did with the brand split. Ric Flair showed up and said, I made Survivor Series, my fault. That Survivor Series before WrestleMania 17.
That's when that was the last one. Nah, Ric Flair didn't show up until January.
Actually, no, dude, we way the fuck off. WrestleMania 17 was the beginning of the invasion. Yeah, because that's what Stone Cold when he started acting all weird. Vince McMahon was like, I
word.
Yo, we fucked up. Okay.
18 was The Rock versus Stone
18 was The Rock versus Stone Cold. Okay, so now I got a better window.
No, 18 The Rock versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so now I got a better window as to when we can this era now. So we got the invasion. The Attitude Era is over as of WrestleMania 17. We get the invasion. We get ECW, WCW, join the WWE. So we got the debut of Rob Van Dam, Rhino coming, getting his just due because he was
Is that the best you can do?
Yeah,
even with this power, I still don't have what it takes.
I think they could have I think that was really
right after an event or something like that.
Right after they lost the tag team, right after they lost the WCW tag team championships, they said they asked packing. They didn't hit the ball. They was terrible anyway. Let's just be real. That was an Eric Bischoff idea if there ever was one. Shit, you can't forget.
Stalker.
Yes. Undertaker makes me
Sting when he
famous.
went to WWE.
Well,
That
you've
I had
only
my
got
cable
yourself to
box fixed.
blame.
WWE owns the trademark to WCW. Yeah, and ECW. Yeah, we know that.
So we had that invasion angle, but that was the rise of Chris Jericho.
So are we separating the invasion angle in the draft era, the invasion era and the draft era, or are we running them together? Like, what are we doing?
Invasion era and the original draft era, that's all one thing, because that draft era leads into ruthless aggression.
Bruh, the comment that I just got in my section,
bruh. We gonna piss some people off.
He said, "No, look, this ain't even in that up that broad tree." My man just said to me, the rumor was Stone Cold Steve Austin was in love with Vince McMahon. That
pretty much what it was.
That's what they wanted to do. That's why you see Austin singing and hugging Vince McMahon every 3 minutes.
Oh wow.
I'm like, oh, look, that's a stretch, but when I look back in hindsight, oh, I could see that.
So, hey, man.
Greetings.
Deborah made some cookies.
Right.
Gotta say, you don't want to take a bite of one of my wife's cookies. Dude, that era, like I said, that era was comedy gold, bro.
Yeah, facts. We saw the
era
toughest
was
son of a
comedy
bitch in the world with a cowboy hat and a guitar.
And competing with Kurt Angle for Vince McMahon's attention. That's not even right. It's like, look what you done
This
did.
will
You
all
pissed
be
him
over
off.
soon.
Leave it to me.
Terrible, my terrible Steve Austin expression. But yeah. But yeah, man, that era,
Stone Cold and promos for that era that was just comedy gold was when Vince McMahon was in the back giving them the prep talk, and as Vince is saying stuff, Stone Cold is ad-libbing it, and Undertaker is looking at him like, yo, if you don't shut the fuck up, like, it was pure fucking gold. Just, and Undertaker's not saying it. It's just the look on his face that he keep giving Stone Cold as ad-libbing everything that Vince says, man. It was just gold. He said Austin gave Kurt a small-ass cowboy hat.
But here's the crazy part about it. We talking about all this Stone Cold stuff and this comedy gold and this, that, and the third. But the only two people that we can give that era to is either Chris Jericho or Kurt Angle.
Yeah, look, it's crazy. Them the two names I was about to say, literally. And Kurt Angle, wherever you needed him to work at in that era, he was there. He was there.
And Chris Jericho was just getting his rise, man. Like that was literally the rise of Chris Jericho. He beat the Rock and Stone Cold.
No, that's what we saw. He's not just a talker. He's not just a mic. That's what we saw.
Right. We saw the real Chris Jericho that night. And he became the first ever WWE Undisputed Champion, holding both the World Heavyweight and WWE Championship.
Look, for context, to get because granted everyone wasn't watching wrestling back then, some people wasn't alive. For context, what he did in that moment, now granted it was all under the WWE brand, but if you were to see a picture of Chris Jericho when he won that night, holding up both championships, and today that would be equivalent to him holding up the WWE Championship and I'm not even saying because AEW is still young. The WWE Championship, whatever, because actually they're a mainstream company. Yeah, the WWE Championship and the AEW Championship, basically signifying that, I'm at the top of the mountain right now.
Right, like I'm on top of both companies. He pretty much unified the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE.
Look, granted, I'm pretty sure there could have been other options, but who better to do it? Actually, Stone Cold could have did it because he actually would fill this role that I'm about to say. But who better to do it than someone who they let go per se, that WCW let go.
Culture-wise, just the state of pop culture.
Let's work together. Krillin, Yamcha.
I know.
We're gonna show 'em what the martial artists of Earth can do.
I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing more reassuring than fighting alongside former rivals.
Oh no! I was too late! Sorry.
Chris Jericho.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Workhorse for that company since coming in.
Krillin! Oh no!
The WWE was
That feeling came true!
Chris Jericho was the perfect guy.
Lot better than I thought.
He was the renaissance of professional wrestling. He was the only one that could wrestle in that world like that, where it could be taken legitimately. He was the perfect hero.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the thing is, his heel run, it wasn't like no forced stuff. It Mr.
Piccolo, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
That was close.
You brat!
It was
What a
Stone Cold.
bother!
Remember Stone Cold with the turn
Piccolo,
coat?
Oh, no,
leave
no,
the
no.
rest
It
to
was
me,
The Rock,
okay?
because he
The
had
Rock,
on
yeah.
someone
Don't
who
get
was
cocky.
on
Just stay close to me!
Lion started to rock. Came out and pushed her to the back. What the hell are you doing?
Gohan!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't watched that match. That match was so fun.
Sorry to bother
So
your
fun.
battle, but I'm here
But
to
yeah,
put an
man,
end to it.
like, hey, you got to give that invasion era to Chris Jericho.
I have the same raised on Earth too. No reason to go easy on each other.
But
Know what I mean?
Talk Kurt Angle,
You're pretty
we gotta say
good.
that for ruthless aggression.
That was one heck of a move.
This opponent isn't so ordinary.
Right. So you don't have to get out with Chris Jericho. Get out with Chris Jericho.
Doesn't look like I should hold back.
More into the ruthless aggression. This is where it gets hard.
I didn't think you'd be this
This is where it gets
strong.
hard. All right.
Shoot! It looks like I didn't train enough.
WWE. So at this point, all the talent is stacked on the WWE roster.
You've got a talent
From
for
here on
that.
out, from
Don't
here
forget
to
how
the
that
next
felt.
15, 17, 18 years. It's all WWE.
That roster is deep.
Chris Jericho
Deep.
wrestled in. I got a comment section. Chris Jericho wrestled in. Tito, we know this. But this is a very interesting. This is a very respectful stat. Chris Jericho wrestled in ECW, WCW, WWE, New Japan. Oh wait a minute. Now he just named 2 ones. That's wow. He didn't wrestle in TNA and he didn't wrestle in Ring of Honor, but he did wrestle in the AEW. Chris Jericho has the best WWE debut. Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole next AEW pay-per-view. Well, to answer that last one, Tito, I think it's going to be Chris Jericho versus CM Punk.
On top of that, do I really need to get on my soapbox about the state of AEW right now?
I mean, if you want to take a pause from the era conversation, we can dig into AEW for a second.
Nah, I feel like I do it every week. I feel like I do it every week.
No, look, and the thing is, it's not a negative. It's not like a hating thing. We just want to, this company can be so much better. We literally watched it become. This could be a possible threat to the E, but then we're also literally watching. They're doing this. Now, granted, we're just some fans that's observing,
right?
But we're watching literally it go downhill.
And I'm just like,
now it has its moments. It has its moments.
But my whole thing is this: why am I watching wrestling and I'm bored?
Why am I watching wrestling and I'm bored? Hey, no, you got a point. Say this guy is a WWE fanboy. No, I'm not, bro. I'm literally just. This is just straight facts at this point. Yeah, it has nothing to do with a fanboy. This is just facts at this point. Let's remove WWE from the conversation. Let's just focus on AEW for this specific topic, though. For real, we're just spitting facts.
Let me get on my soapbox.
Go ahead.
We got to do it again, man. This is becoming a weekly thing. Your wrestlers shouldn't be VPs. I can't say that enough. The inmates should not be running the asylum. Tony Khan is just like Eric Bischoff back in the day. Tony Khan is a mark. Tony Khan is a fan. Tony Khan is letting them just walk all over him because he wants to just be everybody's friend and spend daddy's money.
Hey,
how do you fix AEW? Yo.
Nike, I don't mean to cut. No disrespect, cutting you off. I just got because he just put in the comment section, and I gotta reply to this because his comment kind of feeds in to your soapbox. His comment says, AEW got a second show coming Saturday with Punk, Miro, and Andrade. That's kind of our point though, for real.
Right.
And granted, I haven't been going live from my page, so you might not have heard this. But if you tune in to my boy Zeta of mine, he go live with the podcast every week. Just in case I don't go live, you can catch us there. You can or you can catch the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever we upload it. But
yeah, I got to on the shit. I got so much on my plate.
That's the other show that's coming on for Saturdays. That's kind of feeds into our point. Listen, even when they pushed it to 2 shows, that was stretching it for a freshly new company. Right now, the priority shouldn't be a 3rd show. The priority should be getting these other 2 shows in line before we start adding on, though, for real.
Exactly, because I mean they don't. So let me going over the checklist because I don't want to. I go to this shit every week. You need better color commentary.
You ain't giving up on that commentary team.
Hell no.
You ain't letting up on them boys.
Why am I watching wrestling and I'm bored? That's one thing. Even on a bad night, I can count on Corey Graves to at least keep me interested. I can count on Booker T to at least keep me, even on a bad night. AEW on a good night, I can't. It's like watching baseball sometimes. Things are happening, but they're not saying anything to keep me interested in what's happening.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
And Michael Cole will do that. It's just that. Like,
yeah,
his tone will keep you engaged, though, for real.
I even get excited when Michael Cole make mistakes.
I
like throwing that old caveat. Vintage Michael Cole. You know, like it's just you get a fun experience. You know what I'm saying? AEW things are just happening.
So look,
would you
say that the and again, this ain't me. I don't want to compare. This is just a simple question. Would you say the WWE commentary team is more organic in the AEW commentary team? Everything sound more like they're reading off a piece of paper or something?
Yeah, it's like they're more forced together. Like you can tell that like they in it for the check, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's really missing that WWE that family dynamic that WWE has, and that's really what makes WWE work. Is like they treat each other like family. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "I watch." I most definitely fully understand you, Nike.
Yeah, like
he said, "I watch WWE and get bored too." Oh, don't get me wrong, Nike. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tito. I tell this man every time, "Hey, bro, I went to sleep during this match." Or something. No, it happens in WWE.
Hey,
it's just more times than not. AEW will have you sitting there the whole show. It's not all the time. Trust me. There are some matches that I will race to watch on AEW.
Yeah.
It's just more times than not, you're sitting here wondering, what are they talking about?
Right. And even watching every week. I mean, like I said, man, they just need to. It's missing a niche, if that makes sense. Like, I get being a hardcore wrestling fan, but look, I don't just watch wrestling for the sake of watching wrestling.
Bro, my boy, he said AEW don't need that family shit.
I mean, they don't, but at the same time...
No, he just talking shit. He just talking shit, bro. He just talking shit. That's
what do they say? They got like 20 different titles at this point?
Word. Look, having the titles is less of an issue when you got to establish to me the hierarchy of these titles.
And got to niche it down. Who's your top 10 on every show? Who's your top 10 in every division?
We of course we know the AEW champion, AEW women's champion, and AEW tag team champion. We know that those are the top of their respective divisions. But I couldn't tell you which title is held with higher review between the Mid-Atlantic title or the TNT title. Now, just from from namesake, I would say Mid-Atlantic. That sounds like a title that's supposed to be defended around the whole world, prestige.
Right.
But then I got the TNT title. That's the title that's literally for the company that's literally backing the organization. So it's like, I don't know which title is held in what regard.
Yeah, it's like they got to really niche it down, man. Like that's their problem. They have a massive roster split between 4 or 5 different shows. They really got to niche it down. Granted, I don't want to see people out of a job. I don't. I would never call for somebody to lose their livelihood, but they really need to niche those divisions down.
And bro, sometimes we don't even need another title.
Right.
Like, bro, you know how bad. And granted, no, the WWE audience has shitted on some titles unnecessarily before, but bro, like, I'm pretty sure the entire IWC is in complete union when we look at the 24/7 championship.
Right.
Like, cool idea for a second, but we didn't need that bullshit.
First of all, if they bring back the hardcore championship,
it was no point. It was no point. It's like they tried to give us the hardcore championship during a PG version.
Right. Like, nah, that's not gonna work. Like, that's not gonna work.
Hold on, I'm hopping on Xbox. My fingers hurt. No. You honestly, God, bro. You engage and interacting. You know, it's cool though, for real.
Yeah, nothing wrong. Oh yeah, we all about interaction. But yeah, they need to niche that down. Like I said it first. First of all, Ring of Honor should have been on YouTube. They should have had a free network television deal.
You did.
Like they need a free network television deal. AEW Rampage should have been on free network television, just like SmackDown's one free network television. Ring of Honor could have been on YouTube. You could have used that as an open space for development and all that stuff, man. Like, look, we went into that last episode. Go watch the last episode where we deep dive into that. But at the end of the day, nothing against AEW, but they just really need to niche it down a bit. They got too much going on, and it's hard to follow.
I told you how I feel about, bro. Tony Khan has the biggest announcement in AEW history every week.
Bruh.
So I'm literally, it's like and don't get me wrong, a few of his announcements have been some shit like, oh shit, but a lot of the shit would be, for the most part, a tweet could have did this, or or you know what I mean, or a segment that didn't involve you could have happened in the ring. Like, I don't know. I just feel like
the biggest announcement in AEW history is another announcement.
Right.
I'm just saying. The biggest announcement in AEW history. I'm here to announce that we got a big announcement happening next week on AEW. What's the point? What's the point?
I'm sorry, y'all. This is not a break.
No, it's not a smear.
It's not a break to shit on AEW or nothing like that. But again, if you follow the podcast, if you listen, we really kind of slowed down on AEW, kind of actually to give them space, because we get it. They're a beginner company, they're really fighting against the E. We 100% understand it. All we doing are just right now, just pointing out observations.
Yeah, just room to improve. That's all it is. Room to improve. I want to see this company succeed, because if we not forget that when there was no competition around, WWE stopped trying. We're going to go into that too.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We still got to talk about the worst era.
It's like when you got a girlfriend that everybody want or whatever, and after you done had her for about a certain amount of years, that's like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's how WWE was looking. That's how WWE was looking at it. When they had the whole world in the palm of their hands, and the only option was to either go play in the small pool in TNA or go overseas. It ain't much you can argue with.
So it's like they really did need some competition, but it's like right now they just not it. They got some work to do. We don't need no more final deletions. We done had the final deletion for the past 10 years now. Stop that.
Hey, is he broken or woken over there, or he's just mad?
He done took one of the VIP party, whatever the hell their name is.
Oh yeah, word.
It made them what, brother orgasm or whatever. I don't.
What the fuck? Hold on. Wait. What?
Dude, you gotta watch the match, bro. It was so weird. Dude was up on top of standing on top of the damn shed, moaning, and then he gonna jump off the shed. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching, yo? Like, why am I doing this to myself? Again, nothing against AEW, man. They just gotta really like define what the hell they are, because the win-loss records don't matter anymore. There's too many titles. They gotta niche down their divisions. They got some work to do. But that's all I can really say about it. They got some work to do. Yeah. But where was he at? Oh yeah, we just finished off the Garage Chris Jericho, right? Jim, you there?
Yeah, say it again.
I said we got to read so we just finished the invasion there. We gave that to Chris Jericho.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, because there was so much that happened. Like, Chris Jericho was literally the standout. Like you said, Triple H was a transitional champion. Hulk Hogan was a transitional champion, as hard as that is to say. Hell, even Undertaker was a transitional champion after that.
Bro, all of that was really, well, what we had, Hulk Hogan and Undertaker. All of that was to get of us. We walked away with the Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan match.
Hold on. No. I'm fucking up again.
What?
We gotta count that in between. We gotta count that original draft era as its own thing before the Ruthless Aggression, because that was full of a lot of shit too.
Hold on, we gotta count the draft era.
So we had WrestleMania 8, right?
18.
WrestleMania 18.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 18. That was the end of that invasion era.
Yeah.
So we got the original draft. We can't call it Ruthless Aggression until we get to the Kurt Angle and Vince McMahon speech.
I can't even go call. I wouldn't even consider anything before that John Cena Kurt Angle thing. Ruthless Aggression.
So we can't go Ruthless Aggression yet. So we got the post WrestleMania 18 era. You got that whole little era in between.
This is literally we literally got Brock Lesnar, didn't we?
Actually, we do got to count. Yeah, we do got to count it as
because Brock Lesnar was champion. That's what I was leading to. Because I'm like, we got Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan match, but then we also got right after that we got a title run. No, we got a Rock title run because he had a movie coming. He had a movie. That's when they did the standard. Put the championship on the guy. And then we got Brock Lesnar.
So we got to call this the original draft era. Can't call it Ruthless Aggression yet. Not quite.
Look, what's crazy? I don't want to call it the now granted the draft did happen beforehand, but I don't want to call it the draft. I don't want to lock into the draft era until it was forced that we had two separate champions. I want to call the draft era once Brock Lesnar became champion and he locked into SmackDown, which was forced to give Raw another world title.
That's not the draft era. That's all Ruthless Aggression. We have to count that all as Ruthless Aggression.
Because
that's where it gets
John Cena?
That's John Cena. That's Brock Lesnar. That's Triple H. The run of
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look, if right after WrestleMania 18, that's literally when we got Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but we had a year before that original draft.
Really? That was after 17? When was the original draft?
No, the original draft was after 18.
That's what I'm saying. And the after WrestleMania is when Brock Lesnar debuted.
Right. So then we had the undisputed. He wasn't a factor yet. He just debuted.
Look, if anybody else I would, but he was champion in 6 months.
Yeah, but we gotta give it we do gotta give it to Brock.
Because
literally,
I'm like
everybody else in that era,
he debuted after Mania. And all I know is he debuted after Mania and was pinning The Rock at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship.
But can't we also give it to Kurt Angle? Are we gonna count that as
You said, of course. I said, if Kurt Angle was standing in the ring when that ruthless aggression was said. Now, we can look at, of course, John Cena is tied to the ruthless aggression. But that's because that's where he started at. Ruthless aggression, it got to do with Kurt Angle. If he was the one who, you know what I mean? He was the vet in the ring for that, though, for real.
Yeah, but we also had Eddie Guerrero.
Word. Now, this is where it's really hard. This is where it's really hard.
So, we'll call that the Undisputed Era because we're gonna call it the Undisputed Era, no pun intended, because they had one champion. We had the original draft.
Yeah, it's like a little a little time space where shit kind of fuzzy though, for real.
It was a blip on the map, but that's still an era within its own right.
But in hindsight, you can also see what they were trying to establish on their way to doing though.
So, with it being as small of a blip, we kind of got to give it to Triple H, though.
Right.
Because he came off the injury.
Championship. You don't think of that World Championship without thinking in WWE. You don't think of that World Championship and not think of Triple H.
But that's the kind of weird part, because that means we have to put him up there in two different eras. Because in that small Undisputed Championship era, Triple H came back from the injury. They put a rocket on his back. Brock Lesnar debuted. They put a rocket on his back.
Are you talking about put him in that transitional era, the Undisputed Era, and the Ruthless Aggression? Yeah, because based on strictly how I even said that how I wanted it to be. Now, granted, we know that the him beating Chris Jericho. And having the match with Hulk Hogan and XYZ, granted that's in that era. But if I'm saying that I don't want to count the era to after Brock locked into SmackDown, well, literally right after Brock locked into SmackDown, Triple H got crowned the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Right over
so
on Raw.
It's kind of a toss-up, though.
Yeah, I feel you.
Post WrestleMania 18, Triple H was the undisputed champion.
Okay. I got it for the same reason that, it's just that Brock was champion in 6 months. But for the same reason, I'm not gonna include John Cena in the Ruthless Aggression era. Is gonna be the same reason I'm not gonna include Brock Lesnar, because there are other eras he can compete in, and that was just the beginning of what the hell was to come in the future, though, for real. So I'm gonna have to give it to Triple H and Kurt Angle.
Yeah, because they was the ones that ushered in with the undisputed championship. They were the two top guys right then and there.
And Angle was literally, you can think about that era of SmackDown, and he literally had a feud you could just pick from with everybody.
Yeah, Kurt Angle was literally carrying that era. I mean, that's when we got the infamous promo. Stone Cold Steve Austin took his ball and went home. That was the night. That was when we got the promo where The Rock buried Steve Austin. Can't forget about that.
I most definitely did forget about that.
Like, Steve Austin took his ball and went home. He said, "Fuck this! I'm not putting over Brock Lesnar. It's time to go."
Hey, look, and that's why that Stone Cold walking out leaves a nasty taste in my mouth. Not because he walked out, just because it goes to show how fans pick and choose. And granted, I understood CM Punk's arguments, and I understood arguments against him and for him. But ultimately, when the person walks out on the contract, walks out on whatever, and it could be for whatever reason, but part of that is walking out on the fans. Like, no matter how much they try to minimize them walking out and say, hey, it had nothing to do. It was because this was going on and this was going on. Yeah, but, dog, you had a contract, and your contract said this, and also you didn't hold up to your contract for whatever reason. You walked out on your fans, too, though, for real. So, like, I don't get, sometimes I don't understand why I get the heat that CM Punk get for what he did, which I understand why he did what he did, but I don't understand why Stone Cold isn't held in the same light sometimes.
Hey, if y'all think CM Punk ain't gonna be a part of this discussion, I got another thing coming. I just want to get that right now. He will be part of this discussion. But yeah, we kind of got to throw that to Kurt Angle.
Yeah, we got Triple H, Kurt Angle. What's that? Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah, we can move on to Ruthless Aggression.
No, I thought that was Ruthless Aggression.
Oh, that was that weird mid-gray, that Undisputed Era.
Oh no, I was giving Triple H and Kurt Angle Ruthless Aggression.
Oh no, we ain't giving no. We ain't even talked about Ruthless Aggression yet. There's so much to come with that.
Hold on. So what you talking about the gray? If we're talking about the gray area, that time space,
that Undisputed Era.
Yeah, Undisputed Era. That's what we're calling it.
That Undisputed Era. We gotta give it to Kurt Angle.
I can't, man. Not yet. Let me just think of that time space, because that time space, SmackDown was still just a B show at the time. It wasn't even it was. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what these rosters look like.
Well, we can't. It was John Cena.
No, I'm not. I can't count. The only one of them rookies I can count. I can't even count my GOAT, Randy Orton. Only one of them rookies I can even attempt to count is Brock, and that's only because he was champion in 6 months. But I also got a reason that I'm saving Brock for later.
Actually, no, I'll do you one better. We'll just give it to The Rock. That has to be The Rock there.
Right. Yep, you're right. We give him that one. Cool.
We got to give it to him because Brock. What? That's because that was when Goldberg came in, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rock and Goldberg.
Yeah. That led up to Goldberg coming in. That led up to Goldberg coming in. So yeah, we got to get that great. We got to get that Undisputed Era to The Rock for real, because he kind of held that down.
I wanted, but bro, again, that seems too easy. Only reason I feel like it's too easy, The Rock was part-time at that point. So at that point, we literally was seeing him from WrestleMania from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, and then we got one match at Backlash with him and Goldberg. So it's because that's Ruthless Aggression Era. That's
the infamous promo, him being the undisputed champion. Dropping it to Brock Lesnar.
Look, okay, I got The Rock.
It was a lot. It was a lot of Rock.
I got The Rock for the Undisputed Era. That's hands down for me. I never dispute that. I'm trying to think about who was the second one I got. What up, Sha?
The only person could be Kurt. Because although Kurt ushered in the Ruthless Aggression Era, we forgetting about JBL. We forgetting about Eddie Guerrero.
Hey, come on, Nike. You know, just like I know, JBL was only champion for a year on SmackDown because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
I knew it was coming. But we can't. We still can't. We still can't.
I'm just talking shit.
I know, but we still can't forget it though. Like, yeah, Kurt Angle was a major part of that transition, but he wasn't that era. Because remember, Brock Lesnar was whooping his ass.
You know what? I give it to Kurt Angle. Yeah. Only because to reserve my next one for the Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah. So all right. So we got The Rock and Kurt Angle for that Undisputed Era. That people like to forget about, but I'm not.
It's dubbed here the Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era, no pun intended. So now we're moving into the era that mostly everybody grew up with. We in Ruthless Aggression.
Well, no. That's it. This is the era. We are Attitude Era babies. This is the era that our little brothers and shit grew up to.
Yeah.
Who think that John Cena and Randy Orton are better than The Rock and Stone Cold. Which they have arguments. But yo, we attitude era babies around here, dog.
Yeah, so we'd have seen it all. We'd have watched it all. We'd have watched people come and go.
We sound like our parents that would walk in when we be watching wrestling. Like, I don't know about it. It ain't real like it used to be.
Will you remember Hyde and Reich and the infamous Paul? Mr. America and Zach Gowen?
You don't know nothing about that Billy and Chuck. You don't know nothing about it.
Bruh, oh man. I would like to forget about Billy and Chuck.
All right, speaking of the ruthless aggression.
Ruthless aggression. Oh, this era is massive. This era was massive.
Mind you, at this point, we have a full established 2 rosters.
We have a full
SmackDown. We have battle for brand supremacy going on at this point.
And we got a full brand split. And this is leading all the way up to, we'll take this one all the way up to John Cena being drafted to Raw for the first time. That seems like a good time span.
Okay.
That seems like a good chunk to me. So the top tier of the ruthless aggression era. You want to do Raw first, or we gonna do SmackDown?
That's kind of since we hit these eras with brand split, that's kind of how I've been doing it, Raw, SmackDown, and this is where I reserve my the for SmackDown, Eddie Guerrero.
Well, you gotta remember, that's compared to Brock Lesnar.
I'm saving Brock still ain't popping up for me yet. I'm saving Brock. Still got to save Brock for later. Because he still hasn't peaked yet for me yet.
Yeah, but that feud between him and Kurt was legendary.
Oh no, that is a fact. That is a damn fact. That is 100% a fact, and a moment that will be in WrestleMania moments forever, though, for real. But I mean, a sneak peek. You know the one that I'm about to, that I got for Brock. That it'll be in WrestleMania for history forever. So you know where I'm headed. Where I'm reserving Brock from.
Yeah, I got you. So we got Eddie Guerrero. We got John Cena. Who else? Undertaker was can't discuss Undertaker.
Yeah, we got him basically. That he basically God just looking down, like look at my creations.
Yeah. So we really got Eddie Guerrero and John Cena for real.
Yeah.
That's really all we got. We got the rise
this the ruthless aggression.
Yeah, we got the rise of Edge.
No doubt.
The return of Rey Mysterio. That actually mattered.
Yeah, that's a fact. That most definitely in hindsight, that signified a lot though for real. That Rey Mysterio was signed to a WWE full-time WWE contract he was invested in. That said a lot for what WCW felt about their cruiserweight division.
And then they had a cruiserweight popping for a better part of 3-4 years, for real.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. The cruiserweights were part of the better part of the entertainment side when it came to SmackDown. That's what they were exclusive to. They held their own on that show, and they weren't treated like an afterthought like they were treated in WCW for the most part. Like in WCW, hey, you're too little, cruiserweight division. In WWE, they had Matt Hardy cutting weight to get into cutting weight to get into the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, man, like the infamous Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for the rights to dominate.
Don't get me wrong. And look, even when we think about the most impactful cruiserweight matches in WCW, bro, that they went on to WWE and did way better. Not taking anything away from what they did there.
Yeah, but they cruiserweight, man. WWE's cruiserweight division was stacked.
Yes. It was really a mix of WCW's cruiserweights and WWE's light heavyweights.
Yeah, like that roster was stacked.
And that's why it was raw to see like a match with like Billy Kidman versus Tajiri.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was WWE's light heavyweight. That was WCW's cruiserweight. So you wanted to see how this was gonna mesh together.
Jamie Noble, we got
Jamie Noble. We got the Nunzio.
Nunzio, the FBI.
Yeah.
But no, so if we're gonna talk SmackDown, we gotta throw JBL in the pot too.
I wish. Look, I want to. Look, because of the year, I want to. I just can't knock Eddie out. I can't.
No. We're going to keep Eddie up there, but we got to throw JBL in the discussion.
You see that's. Only reason it was one or the other for me because they both were on SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we doing SmackDown. You got to do it as its own entity. You got to, because the brand split just makes it difficult. If we're going to compare it to the brands, in all reality, outside of Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, Raw was really winning for real. The only reason
we talking about
was more popular is because
Ruthless, right? We gave Ruthless as John. We gave Ruthless to John Cena, and Ruthless is I get John Cena and Eddie Guerrero. That's what we gave Ruthless to
for SmackDown. But we got to throw JBL in there.
No, I thought you gave it to John Cena because of that he got. Oh no, that's when he drafted.
Yeah, we're ending it with John Cena being drafted to Raw.
Okay.
Because that's a whole new era in my eyes.
So Ruthless Aggression. We got Eddie Guerrero and who?
We got Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, and JBL.
Okay. Oh, what about Batista?
Batista is still on Raw.
Oh, so we're only doing SmackDown. Oh, that. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I misunderstood how we were doing it. We're giving SmackDown its own and giving Raw its own. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Because once John Cena got drafted to Raw, that was pretty much the end of the Ruthless Aggression era.
I mean, I can go with that. And even then, that still keeps Batista in that bubble of either Raw or SmackDown, because when he went to one, the other went to the other one.
Right. So that was kind of the end of that to me. We just had another weird space.
Just know wherever we put John Cena, Batista's on the other side.
Pretty much. For a while.
Yeah. At least for the Ruthless Aggression era.
Right. At least for the Ruthless Aggression era. So, yeah, we gotta pick between.
We still got Raw. Batista, Randy Orton, and.
Yeah. So we got Evolution, and we got Goldberg.
Ruthless
and we got The Rock. And we kind of got, we can put The Rock in the Undisputed.
The Raw? So we already put Rock in Undisputed. So we talking about Ruthless Aggression era Raw. I got Batista, I got Randy Orton, and I have, God damn it, I'm mad I can't get Dead Man Walking.
We got Evolution, man.
You know what? See, look, I would have did that, but then you told me we're gonna do our faction one some other time. But look,
so if we're gonna do factions another time, we gotta give it to the Golden Shot. We gotta give it to the Golden Shot Sledgehammer. We gotta give it to the Reign. We gotta give it to the Reign of Terror, man.
No, because then we put Triple H somewhere else. We put Triple H.
No, remember we ended up giving that to.
You're
to
right.
The Rock.
You're right. The Undisputed Era. See, but my only thing about that time is, you know what? Nope, you're saving this one for the next era. Evolution. Yep, we're going with Evolution.
We got to give it to the Reign of Terror because we had that hot feud between Shawn, one of the most memorable feuds
a year long
mind
feud
of the Ruthless Aggression era with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I still remember that episode of Raw where they couldn't keep them away from each other. Every time they came back for commercial, they fight. Every time they go into commercial, they fight. Every time somebody come out to the ring, they fight. Like that feud literally took over an entire episode of Raw, and them two just fighting each other. So that's an undeniable. And then, the Reign of Terror was what ran. The Reign of Terror ran Raw for the entire Ruthless Aggression era. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Now you're right. Yeah, we got what we say: Eddie, JBL, and John Cena SmackDown, and Evolution as a collective on Raw.
That's the only way to define it.
We just have Ric Flair as the manager.
Yeah, but that's the only way to define it.
So next up, After ruthless aggression era, what we go? PG.
So we gonna call this the draft era?
The who?
We gonna call this one the draft era then?
Damn, that's tough. If anything was gonna be called the draft era, I feel like that should have been what that undisputed era was.
No, that was the invasion. Oh, yeah, that should have been the undisputed era. All right, so John Cena. We're gonna call this the shift. We'll call it the shift era. John Cena goes to Raw. Batista comes to SmackDown. They literally shake shit up.
What's this cap? Where does it end at? What we count this era at? This is clearly 2006 to what year is this?
So what? Well, I say about 2000. Say about 2009, 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 2009, 2010.
Okay, hold on. So where we before we go into this area, where we sticking the PG era at?
The PG era is after that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the PG era is when we got Super Cena. That's when he got far away from thugonomics and he started hustling on to respect. You slowly saw them shirts disappearing. the Ruck Food shirts. You slowly saw them boys disappearing. And the chain disappeared. Then the throwback jerseys disappeared. Then he was like, oh, that shirt's purple. That shirt's cool. And then, oh, he has a green one. That's awesome. You know, that's like, that's kind of like what happened.
It's easy on the kids' eyes.
You said what?
I said it's easy on the kids' eyes.
Yeah, there's like, hey, what he's wearing. Okay, John, where's the pit bulls? He got rid of the pit bulls? That's okay. I mean, you just slowly but surely saw, like, yeah, what happened to the doctor? Greetings. He ain't rapping no more.
I say
what
no freestyles.
No, nothing. He was just coming out like that. Yeah, we go that. Once he transitioned to Raw, that's pretty much the end of the Ruthless Aggression. So we had that time span where they were ushering in. Evolution breaks up. I didn't watch much Raw at this time. I pretty much was all SmackDown. I couldn't afford cable. So you might have to help me connect the dots here.
Nah, look, I think I've told you, like, I wish I can pimp the WrestleMania where Kane fought Undertaker.
That's WrestleMania 20.
Yeah. I started playing basketball a lot, so only at that point all I did was I didn't watch. I just kept up with it though. Bought the game every year, XYZ, and then I didn't literally start getting back into it until the summer of Punk. No, matter of fact, The Rock, when I found out The Rock was hosting WrestleMania, that's when I actually, okay, well, what's going on? And even then, I was still looking up.
Not gonna be holding back! Are you ready? Here I go! What an attack! You're going down! I'm used to this kind of pressure! Chelsea, I'm sorry! Tien! Don't die! Tien! Krillin!
And that's what's happening.
Oh no! My bad feeling came true!
SmackDown.
Not bad,
landscape changes.
but
This is
not for much longer. Assume your life depends on it. You want to be a great scholar, don't you?
SmackDown
Yes,
was at a really
I'll try my best. Sorry,
Wow,
Mr. Piccolo.
there was a bunch of
Go
weird
on.
trades going on.
You better prepare yourself.
Yeah. You got the Booker T run.
Yeah,
which is really
I
cool.
I missed the entire King. I missed the entire thing.
Incredible. Absolutely
So for
incredible.
that era of SmackDown, looking at the entire thing, for that era of SmackDown, I would really have to give it to Booker T. To Booker T and Batista. That's who I would have to give it to because they were the two real standout. Because that was a weird era for SmackDown. Oh, very weird era for SmackDown, honestly. I think Paul Heyman was the general manager at one point in time. Stephanie McMahon was feuding with her dad at one point in time. And
oh my God, I remember that match.
Yeah, then we had, who was going to sign Scott Steiner for him to do nothing.
Yeah. See, I was still watching around that time.
Yeah, so like it was a real. Yeah, we gotta get out to Booker T because Booker T was the real standout of that one.
See, I remember when I kind of zoned out. Booker T was calling SmackDown the Little Leagues. He had just got drafted to SmackDown, and he was walking around the back. He'd been a Raw superstar his whole time.
Right.
So he was walking around the back of the SmackDown locker room saying, "This is the Little Leagues." Then I remember next time I saw him, he was King Booker. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I gotta get out to Booker T, man. Booker T killed it. Like Batista had his run. Yeah, like Batista.
Let's work together.
But he got
Krillin, Yamcha. I know.
Undertaker, of course.
We're gonna show him what the martial artists of Earth can do.
I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing more reassuring than fighting alongside former rivals.
They had a little.
I'm not done yet. I can still fight.
Yamcha must have had a bad feeling. That's why he went in my place.
In regards to, he's still dropping the title. Did we get a Rey Mysterio run in that era too? Yeah, we got a Rey Mysterio. Yeah, we got a Rey Mysterio run. He won the Royal Rumble. He won the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Remember, JBL bullied Rey Mysterio. Oh, was it? Yeah, like JBL was that dude. But still, I kind of feel actually, we'll throw them up to the Raw, on the other hand, was in a weird place because I think that was still during.
And after that, that's where it kind of gets sketchy.
No. John Cena was still WWE Championship. Yo, that's the rise of Edge. It gotta go to Edge. It gotta go to Edge. That's the birth of the rated R superstar. That's the birth of the rated R superstar.
Absolutely incredible.
I gotta give it to Edge. And Randy Orton was doing his thing on SmackDown.
Yeah, Randy Orton. No, Randy Orton is in there only because we know 08 Randy Orton is peak the Orton that we love though for real.
We're gonna move Randy Orton up towards that HD era. We're gonna move him up a little bit because post WrestleMania, leading up to WrestleMania 21 or WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania. Which WrestleMania was that? Because the Undertaker faced Shawn Michaels that same year for the first time. Was that 21?
That was 27.
Was it 27? No, it's 25. That was WrestleMania 25.
25.
Yeah. So we got to push Randy up a little bit because his body of work that year. My God. So yeah, we gotta give that era to Edge for Raw. Because he was the rated R superstar. He put Matt Hardy out. He was doing live sex celebrations. He beat John Cena. Again, he beat John Cena. Clean.
You better be of some use.
What year was that?
Come now, Kakarot. Would you dare defy your own brother?
I'm not Kakarot! My name is Goku!
Yeah, I want to say it was like 506. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Who are you? What do you want from me?
You have a lot of spirit!
You got me good with that one.
You fool! You let your guard down.
I'm the biggest hero ever.
What's that? Where's that power coming from? Not bad. But the battle has just begun.
Pretty
surprising. You're a lot stronger than I expected.
What I want, when I want. What dare y'all do?
Leave my daddy
Nobody had more heat than him at the time.
alone!
For that area.
This is a surprise! We're not at the end anymore!
Won't lose to you anymore!
I'm just calling it what it is. He got Super Cena. I'm not knocking him. He wanted to make a more positive message. Yeah, he helped kind of float it in a little bit, but once Edge got that title, it was over. Once Edge got that WWE title, it was back.
I'm a Saiyan raised on Earth too.
Now,
No reason to go easy on each other. Know what I mean? Shoot! It looks like I didn't train enough.
The thing is, I don't know. See, I couldn't tell you who was exactly on what shows during the, basically from 07 to probably like
What is this guy?
2012.
This
I couldn't
power.
tell you
well, that's where they had
what
3
shows.
brands because they brought back ECW.
Well, yeah, I remember
So
that.
we kind of have the rise of CM Punk during that tenure. Jeff Hardy was actually on top. He ended up getting the WWE Championship at one point. Who else was on top? John Cena was Super Cena. Pretty much anybody going against Cena at the time, that was a wrap. Because once he got that title back from Edge, he couldn't be stopped. That's where the term kids Super Cena came from. Because Cena was literally the Hulk Hogan of that generation. We had the Randy Orton feud. Randy Orton was doing some of his best work during that time. What is SmackDown? That was just on Raw. What did SmackDown have?
This is the PG era?
No, this is like that whole like little HD era.
What years is this?
Oh shit! Edge was running SmackDown at that time.
Yeah, with the Raiders,
with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, Vita Guerrero and Edge had.
I forgot Edge had 2 eras, so he was just running wild. And then Cena was on Raw, feuding with Randy Orton. Damn, do we gotta give it to Edge twice?
No, we can't do that one.
Well, who else was touching Edge at that time?
I see it's tough for me to call.
Because Undertaker was on SmackDown.
Yeah,
And we can't include the Undertaker. Literally, SmackDown at that time was Undertaker, Edge, and Batista. That was SmackDown at that time. Edge was in control, being the shit heel that he was, and that's in a good way. They had the whole La Familia with Edge, Vicky Guerrero, Chavo, and the Edge heads. You know, Matt Cardona and Kurt Hawkins for the kids out there. But yeah, that was literally SmackDown at the time. Edge, Batista, Undertaker. It says Undertaker's at the peak. Batista ended up quitting. Gotta give it to Edge. It's fucked up. That's messed up. In a good way, though. That's why I said it's gonna get harder as we go forward. Because on Raw, it was Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton. And we can kind of throw the Miz in there. Because that's what Miz really established himself at. Well, no, was Miz on SmackDown?
Nah.
Oh, he was on Raw.
I just know I tuned in the wrestling one day, and I'm pretty sure it was Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton was champion. I'm like, oh, the world is right. Oh, one time I turned on wrestling, and my favorite wrestler is the champion.
Yeah, you're right. Randy Orton did eventually get that title.
And then all I hear is, son. I'm like, what the hell? Mind you, at that point, the last time I had actually watched wrestling, Edge had cashed in Money in the Bank on John Cena. That was the last time I actually watched, and that was, I'd ordered a pay-per-view randomly. So I know what Money in the Bank is, but I don't. I mean, I've only seen it once. So again, I turn on wrestling, and my favorite wrestler is wrestling, and he's the champion. I'm like, oh, everything is right in the world. And then I hear that goddamn awesome, and he comes and cashes in Money in the Bank on Randy Orton. That night, I'm told I am never watching this bullshit again, ever. There is no way in hell that should have happened the one night I decided to watch wrestling again.
Hold on, but we also can't forget the fact that Chris Jericho did come back at that time.
Yeah.
He became World Heavyweight Champion too.
The irony of that is triple. Chris Jericho did that literally doing the complete opposite what he did his entire career. His entire career, he wouldn't shut the hell up. This run, he literally didn't say a goddamn word. And when he did talk, he talked so goddamn quiet. Like, this is what's going to happen. And, yeah, you feel me though, for real?
But he did it on purpose because,
I just watched the thing saying where he got inspired from. You ever saw No Country for Old Men? No Country for Old Men?
Yeah. So it's like, we got to kind of throw Chris Jericho in the mix too, but kind of hard to. That's what I'm saying. I told you, it's going to get harder as we go along.
No, I've already got it in my head that Chris Jericho is going to, when it comes to Chris Jericho, it's going to be hard no matter what, because there are
he pops up.
Yeah, he literally pop up in multiple eras, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But we can't put him up there with The Undertaker because...
Oh, no, hell no.
Can't put him at the peak.
Yeah.
We can put him on the list, but we can't put him at the peak.
Yeah.
So, in this era, we got Edge, we have Chris Jericho.
Yo, what's up, Rio?
We have on Raw, we have
Greetings.
And we have John Cena.
So that's them three for Raw. Okay.
No, for Raw is John. Well, if you want to count the three, it's Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Cena. If you really want to count the three for Raw.
Wasn't that a WrestleMania match or something?
No, the WrestleMania match they had was Randy Orton versus, because that's when Randy Orton was like punting Vince.
Yeah, hell yeah. And he
tried
to punt a whole damn family's head off.
Like that was
that's one of the highlight clips when at that period when I was just dabbing in and out of wrestling. I saw that. You know, when I stopped watching, he was just RKOing people, maybe RKOing a bitch or two, but when he wasn't full on kicking motherfuckers in the head when I stopped watching.
Man, but you know what? That's one of my favorite feuds that nobody talk about.
What's
Morpheus' tenure as God of Destruction will continue for quite some time. However, I think it would still be prudent to try and groom a new God
that everybody easily forgets. But I remember Shawn Michaels came back after Randy Orton after that punt when he got medically cured. And every time you turn around, Shawn Michaels was just super kicking Randy Orton's head off and sitting there and watching. See if he got him. Like, his mission was to destroy Randy Orton. Nobody ever talks about that feud, and it was so entertaining. It's like, oh, Randy Orton won the match, he turned around, super kick. Oh, Randy Orton he turned around, super, like Shawn Michaels was super kicking his man's head off. So the better part of the punch.
Master. Really bad.
And yet those sinister Namekian eyes. You still have every intention of fighting.
Yeah.
As long as I'm here, you will never get the opportunity to cash that in. And he held true to his word, well, at least to WrestleMania.
Right. But that's like, people forget about that. It was one of those, okay, it happened for a month, it happened.
Now we're talking. This is starting to get interesting.
Against Randy. Like, Randy in the ring, he picked up the 54 match, and he walked down out of nowhere.
Never imagined someone like this existed.
Randy falls out of nowhere, and then Shawn Michaels is just blank face sitting in the corner.
Saiyans aren't the only ones who are trained in the art of battle, you know.
And literally, he did. Every time Randy Orton turned around, he
can't lose here.
It was crazy. It was crazy. We can move on. Hey, if I could find it, I will send it to you. It was crazy. But yeah, man. So, but as far as the top, the peak of that little area there, I see the Triple H and Randy Orton.
That was close. I thought it was done for.
Huh. You're not bad.
I can still do this. I train just as hard. I'm not going down. I'm used to this kind of pressure. Not looking good here.
Come here. I'll be your opponent.
SmackDown.
What a surprise. I didn't expect you to get this far.
Because when it was really hot on SmackDown, we had Carlito and Chris. That's when they were doing
unified tag team champion.
Yeah, man, Carlito and Primo. We unfortunately lost the game. So we had ECW in the mix, but we didn't discuss that.
Look, the only reason I was ever going to bring up ECW was literally for CM Punk.
Yeah, we had the beginning of CM Punk. We got to talk about John Morrison then. If we're going to talk about that era of ECW,
John Morrison, Body Blast, there's a couple who came.
It isn't over yet. It isn't over yet.
I will show you my true.
For unfortunate reasons that we shall not discuss. But I was really with John Morrison. He stepped up in the CM Punk. Sheamus. A lot of people.
Power. Again, please don't hold anything back. Doing so would defeat the whole purpose of this exercise.
A lot of people popped up. We're going to talk about that. I got to
Ultimate power.
Yeah, that was like his debut episode. That wasn't like... Yeah, he's a wrestler.
Want to take a break?
It isn't over yet.
He was one of those wrestlers that was like, hey, want to see somebody just... Want to see a zombie get hit?
Is this it?
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa!
Yeah,
you're really well trained, aren't you?
But yeah, so if you want to talk about that,
good.
But yeah. We gotta give it to him. We're gonna have to give it to John Morrison.
It isn't over yet.
We'll give it to John. I want to say about the good 2 years. But by the time it got to that second year, it didn't matter after that. That's when they had the big silver.
I'm pleased to see you've made some progress. Let's continue, shall we?
Yeah, I don't count those years.
so easily.
Granted, it's not ECW.
I will end this, kid. Finished already?
The lineage is still there, because it's like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about Michael Jordan's years with the Wizards. Hey, it happened. We can't delete it from history. It happened.
Okay, so in saying that, then, if we're going to talk about that era of ECW, we'll give it to actually. We'll give it to John Morrison because Christian was riding hard for ECW. And
this isn't hard before.
There's no need to pull punches with me.
It was the best of the Dream Team. He had some good matches over there for that.
My whirlwind!
We'll give it to he had some okay ones over there, but that original reissue of like Elijah, I'm talking about they got Alpha Male.
Hell! That's enough!
They did Monty Brown.
Not bad.
WWE.
Stop it.
Anyway, like I said, we'll have to give it to John Morrison. And I know y'all like, I don't see him Punk in the conversation because he's in a better conversation than
it seems none of them possess enough power to be considered for the role of God of Destruction. But that brings me to you. Would you be interested? I'm joking, of course. My lord should be waking up at any moment now, so I suppose I should be taking my leave.
You said people power, and my brain went, we the people. That's what it was.
That's because, like, SmackDown at that
That's
point
it.
in
Good.
time, like the
Keep
WWE
concentrating on your training.
At that point in time wasn't such a downswing because it was the only game in town. So it's kind of like if you wasn't really a fan, you really didn't give a fuck about it. But it was in such a downswing at the time. That was like when we first saw Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger. The best thing about the people power era was the rise of CM Punk. Because we had Alberto Del Rio on SmackDown.
Yeah, and from what I was catching, bro, the biggest... That's one thing I will never take. Now, granted, personal life aside, I will never take anything away from Alberto Del Rio when it comes to being a fucking believable heel, bro.
Right. Then that was that weird time.
Lord Grace's tenure as God of Destruction will continue for quite some time. However, I think it would still be prudent to try and groom a new God for the future. I would greatly appreciate it in that matter. And kept this from...
Oh, in the table match. In the table match. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, like Sheamus literally accidentally won a title and they just said, fuck it, we gotta do something about it. Like if y'all don't believe me, look it up. Like, that was a shoot incident and it was like, holy shit, this happened. We gotta fucking fix it. They fixed it. But that was the secret.
That was just fine.
Singing too?
Like way too early. It was like, holy shit.
See, the good thing about it though.
What's that? Where's that power coming from? Now, this is starting to get intense.
Seems like my skills aren't what they used to. This is it.
I have to face the god of destruction's master. This is really bad.
Those sinister Namekian eyes. You still have every intention of fighting.
He brought the attitude back.
What? Me?
Into that era.
What era is this?
We're literally in the era of punk. We're in the era of people power.
People power. Oh yeah.
People power. This is CM Punk. This is CM Punk. And the reason why I play. Go ahead.
Are we doing Raw and SmackDown, or just doing one as a collective?
We're just gonna do it as a collective. Because who was really touching?
I for that time, I got CM Punk
only because I gotta give you reason being.
You're not so bad.
This is
Gross. I thought it was done for.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back even further.
You're not bad.
Punk is a two-time world heavyweight champion at this time. Triple H felt like, he
You look tired.
Right?
Want to take a break?
Jeff Hardy. Exit left Jeff Hardy.
You have to be kidding. This is...
Granted, I love Jeff Hardy. I grew up with Jeff Hardy. Hopefully he got us together.
I can still do this. I train just as hard. I'm not going down. I'm used to this kind of pressure.
That's it. Splendid.
CM Punk was World Heavyweight Champion again. It was wrestling in the match, remember? CM Punk is
I'm impressed you can keep up with me.
CM Punk gets put in the position that if his contract is up, we get the pipe bomb. The infamous pipe bomb segment. CM Punk airs his grievances. Yes, it was a shoot. It's on record that it was a shoot. That's why he cut his mic off. He's walking out the company. They booked the match. If John Cena loses the match, he's fired. CM Punk cannot win the championship. CM Punk wins the championship. He takes that championship everywhere. This entire era has to go through. It's undeniable.
I see.
Pretty good. Is this the extent of your power? Again, please don't hold anything back. Doing so would defeat the whole purpose of this exercise.
Power hidden within our Saiyans.
Whoa! You're really well trained, aren't you?
I hate watching shows that's not live.
This
is good. Alberto Del Rio.
I can't believe I lost.
Meanwhile, over on Raw, you got the whole CM Punk thing going on. But I
can, but I kind of feel like
all this.
That's what I'm getting back to.
Yeah, I was kind of, I'm like, like, that's what my brain was
What
at.
power?
What's going on with SmackDown?
Is this?
You know, they had Alberto, they had Jack Swagger, but they was really shooting, like you said, it was really
I didn't even.
like it was the B-Show.
I didn't even catch the Jack Swagger. I got back on at the point of caring.
I'm pleased to see you've made some progress. Let's continue, shall we?
Re-debuted. I remember reading the dirt sheets that he was getting ready to re-debut.
That attack was quite good. I'm impressed.
You're strong.
I'll play with you for a little while.
But that's the Jack Swagger I caught. Yeah. Now, granted, I know about all that, but I was
just give up so easily.
Jack Swagger.
Did you actually think that was impressive?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about with him and Cesaro. But that's also a lot of time that NXT was taking
Look, I
will not lose.
That's how I found out about NXT. This is the door. Hell!
Things are in order.
Well done. I'm talking about
no. When I got that Shield had just
yeah, I'm talking about before the Shield. During the Summer of Punk, like that original one, you got the Summer of Punk, and then you got the undisputed reign of Punk. That's two separate things. Because he dropped the title before he held that championship for almost 2 years.
The Summer of Punk was the summer
that his contract ran. Yeah, so there's two different runs in there. As I say, like people like to put them together.
Hold on.
So when we had the Summer of Punk, right? When we had the infamous pipe bomb. Yeah, he had the infamous pipe bomb. He eventually dropped that title to us.
Oh, word! I remember that.
Yeah. So that was
it seems none of them possess enough power to be considered for the role of God of Destruction.
With Triple H and Kevin Nash.
Triple H.
But that brings me to you.
Would you be interested?
I'm joking, of course.
Then we had
my lord should be waking up at any moment now, so I suppose I should be taking my leave.
Because he turned heel while he was champion.
I forgot who he got it off of. I want to say it was Cena again.
No,
that's it. Good. Keep concentrating on your training.
Or Alberto Del Rio.
The heel, him turning heel, gave the reason to fight Cena.
Nah, he thought that was the reason for him to fight The Rock.
No, I'm saying, but months before that, he couldn't fight with Cena because they both were baby faces at the time. But I remember once he turned heel, I'm like, oh, this is where we're gonna get another Cena match.
Oh no, because Cena had got that.
Remember they had that match on Raw.
The pile driver. No, actually, Cena lost that. That's when Cena cashed their Money in the Bank and lost.
Yeah, word. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we gonna get there though. So the Summer of Punk, I have to get at the CM Punk. Don't get me wrong. Alberto Del Rio did his thing on SmackDown, but SmackDown was just such a downswing.
I mean, I get it, but I'm not just giving. We talking about.
We're gonna have to pick one each.
Yeah, I can't just give it to the whole thing to CM Punk. Like I fully get what you're saying.
I guess we can.
Greetings.
But like I said, it's really hard to do because that was a terrible.
No, look, honest to God, in hindsight, Summer of Punk was more marketable than anything you could have put on Alberto Del Rio.
Put up against it. Yeah. Now, if we want to talk about that era of NXT, that era of NXT goes to.
No, look, I kind of don't want to start on NXT until WWE Network is established. Because at that point, they're still just at the point when we talking before that, it's still just bubbling. Who is it?
Because we got Leo Kruger. We got Leo Kruger down there. We got Richie Steamboat down there. We got Cassius Ohno's original run down there, and those were the top three during that time. Big E was down there. We can't deny his run. Seth Rollins. Well, yeah, that's after Seth Rollins issued the NXT Championship. So we gotta kind of acknowledge it. And we can't. I mean, although Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion, right? We kind of can't give it to Seth because he won the title, then he left. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to give it to Seth for him being the inaugural champion. But if we talking NXT at that point in time,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's it. That's I can't.
I gotta give it. I gotta give it.
I can't give it Mount Rushmore for a baby.
I gotta give it to Big E. Gotta give it to Big E. Because Big E was right there at that point in time before Bo Dallas took off with it. It was that weird space where Big E started the bubble, if that makes sense. Seth Rollins put it on the map, yeah, but Big E kind of started that bubble because after Big E, NXT shifted and went to Bo Dallas. Then Neville stepped up. And when Neville stepped up, Corey Graves stepped up.
I gotta give pushback on the Big E started the bubble because again I know what Big E was, the 5 count and how long he held it and what he meant to them. But again, Big E being champ ain't what made me watch NXT. It ain't what made me scroll and go find this whole new brand that I never knew existed. It was Seth Rollins that he's what champion? Wait, what is this? Oh, they're developmental. So I didn't even know this existed. Oh, this used to be FCW. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I remember Leo Kruger was the man. I was so pissed when they made him Adam Rose. I'm like, we're just gonna forget that he had this whole other sinister character that was just running shit for a little bit. But yeah, that's just me.
No, so I feel it again. Yeah. I when it comes to putting a Mount Rushmore on the developmental brand, I'm gonna have to pass on that because at that point it still was in infant stages. Now if you want to say something like the horsemen or like the pioneers, who I could go with that. I can't go with the Mount Rushmore though.
Right.
Because at that point though, damn near I feel like it was a lot of people on the card who could have put on fire things. It's just where what your gimmick was and where you were positioned at that time.
Well, yeah, true. Because Neville was the best kept secret.
Yeah, you feel me? And Corey Graves.
Right, and who else was Prince Pretty? I can't forget about Tyler.
Oh, right, you feel me? Like it's a couple of people that actually. I'm not gonna lie. Well, see, never mind. Because again, if I'm going, I don't want to start. I don't want to start doing a NXT thing until the WWE network is established. That's 2014.
Yeah.
And for my first thing that go on there, yes, it would be Tyler Breeze and Tyson Kidd would be on there.
Oh yeah, Tyson Kidd. Forgot about Tyson Kidd's NXT. Damn, that was All right, so we got the Summer of Punk. We got CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio. Now we're in the PG era. This is officially the PG era. John Cena's there.
See, bruh. What year is it?
Got the Shield. The PG era? This is after the Summer of Punk.
So I'm saying, so Summer of Punk is what, 2012, 2000?
Say 2014? Yeah, 2014.
See, look, my thing, how do we push the PG era back so far if we know that John Cena's move, the FU, was turned into the Attitude Adjustment strictly because of the PG era?
Because, like, because the way I'm looking at it is CM Punk was such a huge factor of being that anti-establishment at the time. Like, it didn't feel like a full-fledged PG era.
No, but look, his move changed from the FU to the Attitude Era, the Attitude Adjustment before the Summer of Punk.
Yeah, but like the Summer of Punk was just so definitive.
No, we cool. The Summer of Punk is established. I'm saying, my thing is why is the PG era pushed so far back if we know the PG era was established when John Cena changed his finishing move name, and that was well before that. CM Punk wasn't even in ECW at this point in time.
Because we must remember that John Laurinaitis was down with the bitches and hoes, and by default, he's a villain.
Huh?
Just like what you wrote. But no, it's some real shit. I don't really count that as the PG era, though.
No, but I'm saying, like, I'm just trying to figure out why, though.
Because
if we know that, I'm saying, if we know that it's tied in John Cena's finishing move.
Not really. I wouldn't say that. I was saying it's tied in.
That's literally, it's documented. That was on AE and everything. That's why he changed his finishing move.
Because they ushered in the PG era there?
Because, it was a lot of shit that they had to change once they went PG.
Well, for the sake of this list, because of how the Summer of Punk was ran, because if you really think about it, okay, they had a PG era, but that Summer of Punk wasn't really PG.
But again, you said that the Summer of Punk is when CM Punk brought back a lot of the edginess. So that means CM Punk would have been bringing back the edginess off of the PG stuff. So the PG era gotta be before the Summer of Punk. Or else, what is he bringing the edginess off of?
So what are we missing? Because even when he had the Straight Edge Society, that wasn't PG either. I mean, you talking about a time where we had R-Truth just dressed in a Confederate uniform. Like, for me, PG era was when it was definitively PG. You still had some wild shit going on. That's where we get that infamous meme with R-Truth. I don't even think that's PG.
Look, if he said that, then that means that the PG era was before that. Then.
So who do we give it? We already gave it to.
I'm just trying to figure out where the timeline of the PG era starts, because it's impossible for me to place it after CM Punk, because it's documented that a part of the rebranding for the PG era was John Cena's finishing move.
Well, the whole point of this was for us to go against the grain and redefine it.
So we're changing the whole PG era.
Yeah, like we don't have to. This list isn't to be accurate. We're redefining.
Okay,
we're redefining.
But then, bro, no, and I'm with you. If that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do. But that's 8. Yeah. That's almost 8 years.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you look at how important that summer was, and it had a ripple effect throughout the entire WWE after that.
No, that's not, bro. My conversation is not about the Summer of Punk. Summer of Punk is 100%.
You're talking about when are we defining the PG era?
Yeah.
I would say we were back into that after Punk left. For real.
Well,
after Punk left, around the Punk had his heel turn, right? Mm-hmm. And he just dropped the ball and left. We were ushered back into the PG era.
But okay, like honestly, I don't feel we ever left the PG era then, if that was the case.
So why don't we just eliminate the PG era then?
Okay, so
because in all reality, all the work that was done.
If we're eliminating the PG era, then we got. I mean, then why didn't we just eliminate the Attitude Era and call it and split that or splice that because something pivotal happened, or
because within that PG era, so much shit happened. Like so much. That's what I said. That's what I said. This is going to be hard because so much happened in that collective. who do we really give the entire PG era to?
No, I can't give the entire PG era to not one specific person. Again, I'm with the PG era. I mean, again, I'm with the whole Summer of Punk part. But if we're saying that if it's clear that the PG era was never when I wish I can whatever
So
figure
before
out
the
the
Summer
exact
of
year.
Punk. Before the Summer of Punk,
If it's clear that the PG era is before the Summer of Punk and it's still after the Summer of Punk, the Summer of Punk is in the PG era.
So we would have to give it back to John Cena. And then on SmackDown, who was the champion on SmackDown? I don't remember that correctly. Or we go back to Alberto? Or we go to Swagger? I think that was around the time that they were just throwing the World Heavyweight Championship around. Yeah, like they just kind of threw it around. That's why I say I was just like, it's hard to define. Because yeah, it goes back to Super Cena. Actually, I forgot Christian and Randy Orton.
Oh, World Championship.
Yeah, Christian and Randy Orton. So do we give it to Christian or do we give it to Randy Orton?
Randy Orton. He held the championship for a day, then only was in a month. Oh no, he was champion longer today because he actually got it back. But nah, I'm going Randy Orton. Even though that still is not peak Randy Orton to me. That's actually, I feel like that's not even vet Randy Orton.
Let me apologize. We also got the Hall of Pain.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm sorry, I dismissed it. You right, Jim. You right. I dismissed the whole era. But again, at that time, SmackDown was at such a low point. It's easy to do. So we got the Hall of Pain.
When you think about it, most of the top ones were, I'm not saying most, but a lot of them were when they shut down ECW. Mark Henry, CM Punk. I guess I could say Kofi Kingston as a mid-card champion.
So who do we really give it to then? Do we give it to Mark Henry or do we give it to Randy Orton? You can't dismiss the Hall of Pain.
Okay.
And Randy Orton.
Again, I can say Randy Orton, but I also can place Randy Orton in the spot later on. So I'm gonna go with Mark Henry.
Told you it's gonna get hard. It's gonna get hard. So we got Mark Henry, and then at that time with Mark Henry, we have the Summer of Punk. That means we gotta eliminate Alberto Del Rio.
Nah, I can't give him the whole thing.
Oh, we got Mark Henry.
Oh yeah. What's this?
We got Mark Henry. We got CM Punk. Kind of around the same time. We also got Alberto Del Rio. Kind of around the same time. You got Dolph Ziggler. Kind of around the same time.
This is Summer of Punk era we talking about?
Yeah. There's a lot that happened on SmackDown.
Going with CM
time.
Punk
That's
and
what comes back
Alberto
to
Del
memory.
Rio.
All right, cool. So we got Mark Henry at the beginning of the PG era, Alberto Del Rio during the Summer of Punk, CM Punk during the Summer of Punk. Cena's kind of still in there as part of that beginning of the PG era. So Punk drops the titles to Alberto Del Rio. This is when Raw began to get to its down point.
What's
the rest of the
next era? What's this?
We back into the PG era because it's before the reality era. Actually, yeah, just before the reality era. So we're leaning into CM Punk's heel turn, the debut of the Shield, John Cena losing Money in the Bank. Damien Mizdow. Let me stop. Damien Mizdow. Oh man, hey, that's classic TV. We'll never get that. That was a once in a lifetime. We'll never see something like that ever again.
Aaron Idol, Steven Idol.
Yeah, Steven Idol, NWA. He can't get past that. He can't get past that role of Damian Mizdow. That was his best body of work. Literally, his entire career. After CM Punk drops the title to Alberto Del Rio, CM Punk gets the title back. After John Cena loses.
Hey there! Glad you could make it. I was just conducting some research in the hopes of gathering energy, but I think I went a little overboard. I kind of lost control of the whole situation, if I'm being totally honest, so I kind of sort of need your help. I'll be way over here keeping an eye on you. Thanks bunches!
We get Ryback they're trying to push Ryback. John Cena gets injured. Rock comes back. What's happening on SmackDown? I think at this point in time, Dolph Ziggler cashed in Money in the Bank. We got Dolph Ziggler. We got the rise of AJ Lee.
I'm going to fight with all I've got.
Wow, Vegeta! There's a bunch of you now!
You too, Kakarot. Look!
I can fight a few. It's way more than I can handle alone. Just try to take them all out. So you want us to beat all these cops, huh? Sounds like fun to me. There's something off about these things. But at least they seem fun to fight.
You're far too easy to please, Kakarot.
Sorry to do this to you guys, but you're the only ones I can rely on. I mean, the only person who can take on Goku in battle is you, Vegeta. That's the fact, right?
Fine. Play your game. Blow these bastards to hell!
I think it's safe to say you're on their level.
Actually, we
so I'm
missed the
expecting
whole
great
era.
things from you too. But maybe something's going on
After
today
the
now.
PG era, he had to run it.
Wow, excellent. Looks like you guys are ready for the round. Huh? You mean there's more?
I won't fall for such a brain-dead tactic.
Man, these things are pretty convincing. I bet even Bulma wouldn't know they're fake.
Shut the hell up, Kakarot. Let's hurry and get this over with.
Whoa! Yep, there's more.
Just shut up and fight!
That's the stuff, Vegeta. You guys are gonna provide me with all sorts of juicy data. Happy fighting!
Me, the Prince of the Saiyans, reduced to a pathetic lava! Damn
like, how dare you come in and steal my spotlight?
Yeah.
Vegeta! How'd you know where I was?
It was obvious, you fool! Prepare for me!
Wait, hold on! If you go crazy here, you'll stay still! Jeez! Vegeta sure is angry with you. Better go make sure he doesn't kill it.
After that phrase started.
You're pretty good. I'll show you what I've got.
To make Ryback apart.
Did you not hear me? Please try to be careful here. If this machine breaks, we're in big trouble.
Have a fine care. Eat this!
Yeah.
Come on, Vegeta. Don't you think you... What's that? Oh, great. Now you've gone and done it. Things are about to get weird.
I think the best thing to come out of those 2 years was
There's more. How many times do we have to deal with these things?
I wish I could tell you the answer to that, but I can't. You know, this little mishap is all your fault. So I'm expecting you to do something about it.
You son of a...
Hey, Vegeta. Give it a rest, would ya? Hey, I've got my hands full here, so could you handle the other guy for me?
So that's like 2012.
Attack like a true Saiyan warrior would.
All right. Looks like you're doing well. Let's try to keep this up.
Very well. You'll be my warm-up.
This is what You didn't want to feed him. You didn't want to feed him more.
I was a fan of him. Don't get me wrong. I was definitely a fan of him.
Just wait. This one's going to be infused
What was that explosion? Hey, something's happening again.
Well, who had it on Smack? Well, yeah, Dolph Ziggler had it on Smack.
You're about to see what Pride looks like.
What do you mean something's happening? Obviously, there's more of them now.
That was around the time WWE was at a slow point.
Man, these guys are good.
Even though
makes sense, I guess, since they're us.
Help me out here, Kakarot.
Hindsight being 2020, although I get to see a Punk again, I'm a fan. Although I get why he left. Looking at the business side of it, WWE was at such a recognizing.
Undertaker. I'm tired of that man. I'm tired of seeing. But again, that's another angle you can look at that. Well, they wouldn't get called if you was doing your job.
Right, like don't get me wrong, CM Punk could fit anywhere on any roster, as opposed to if you put it in a situation. But at that point in time, like WWE was at such a downswing. I think Raw and SmackDown would lose. Raw was losing ratings like every week. SmackDown's ratings were going. He needed those people.
You are not going to survive
this. Ratings. I mean, they were doing what, the guest every time, the special guest every week, and SmackDown was at such terrible. That's literally. For that past, like, 10-year span. I don't even want to say 10, for that past, like, 5-6 year span. SmackDown was literally the key. Like,
when I got back into watching wrestling, bro, it wasn't, SmackDown wasn't looking like it was when I stopped watching.
This isn't over. We Saiyans don't give up so easily.
Yeah, like that's really all they had. Like Alberto was on his way out the door with an injury, so they gave him a quick heel turn. They weren't really doing anything with Sheamus. I think Sheamus not really Jack Swagger was pretty much
Did you actually think that was in
by default, you have to give SmackDown Dolph Ziggler. By default, that's how. That's the state.
No, that's how.
You are not going to survive this. I'm not overwhelming you.
It wasn't Kofi. Oh, it's Kofi.
To hell! I think we're finally nearing the end of this.
All right, we're in the home stretch now.
They busted each other open, smack faces.
Oh, that's right. The Shield did. Yeah, you're right. The Shield did. Yeah.
He ended up winning the Championship.
But that's the state
that was intense. That's all of them, right? That was impressive. I mean, wow, you guys. And you were a sight to behold as well.
Punk was still running it. The Rock was gone. The Miz had his championship run.
You've got a talent for this.
They had the
Don't forget how that felt.
Every week was another GM. We gave Punk the Summer of Punk. So who else would we choose in that era? The Rock?
Oh, I can't put The Rock up there.
Or The Miz, because that was his coming out party for real.
What's it? We talking about 12 to 14.
Yeah. I'll have to say The Miz. Top heel in the company at the time. Won Money in the Bank. Had the whole Alex Riley situation going.
I gotta save The Miz coming up.
So we go back to CM Punk again?
Shit, that I mean, and the thing about it is like that was such a, I'm not gonna say a dead fake, because you also could see that they were building stars at that point. They were building their own future stars at that point. But it's like, and that really was on the back of a lot of their vets, though, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Punk only because there's not.
Hey there! Glad you could make it. I was just conducting some research in the hopes of gathering energy, but I think I went a little overboard. I kind of lost control of the whole situation, if I'm being totally honest, so I kind of sort of need your help. I'll be way over here keeping an eye on you. Bunches!
That feud was entertaining.
No, it was, but most feuds with Undertaker at WrestleMania are for me. He was disrespectful. Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, that feud most definitely got a little dirty. And the irony of it, the timing on that feud, like he got a little disrespectful, yo.
Paul Heyman dressed as Paul Bear.
And now, I'll defeat you! Whoa, Vegeta! There's a bunch of you now!
You too, Kakarot! Look!
I can fight a few, but it's way more than I can handle alone. Just try to take them all out, okay?
So you want us to beat all these copies, huh? Sounds like fun to me. There's something off about these things. But at least they seem fun to fight.
You're far too easy to please, Kakarot!
Sorry to do this to you guys, but you're the only ones I can rely on. I mean, the only person who can take on Goku in battle is you, Vegeta. That's just a fact, right?
Fine. Play your little game and blow these bastards to hell!
I think it's safe to say you're on their level, so I'm expecting great things from you too. But maybe something's going on there.
CM Punk pops up on the screen.
I won't fall for such a brain-dead tactic.
Shit to Undertaker.
Man, these things are pretty convincing. I bet even Bulma wouldn't know they're fake.
Yo, that
Shut the hell up,
Kakarot.
Let's hurry and get this over with.
Wow, excellent. Looks like you guys are ready for the next round.
Huh?
And I'm not saying.
You mean there's
CM
more?
Punk is the king of getting heat.
I watched the thing where he said that the society thing.
This is Super Saiyan God! Here I go!
Oh, he was perfect.
Whoa! Yep, there's more!
Just shut up and fight!
He like, that's it! That's exactly what I wanted.
With all sorts of juicy data.
Me, the Prince of the Saiyans, reduced to a pathetic lab rat! Damn
It was obvious, you fool. A marathon thing. Wait, hold on. If you don't pressure, you'll get it. Stay still.
Jeez! Vegeta sure is angry with Few. Better go make sure he doesn't kill him.
Disrespectful. And it gave me one of my top.
Did you not hear me? Please try to be careful here. If this machine breaks, we're in big trouble. Have a fun year. Eat this.
That shit.
Come on, Vegeta.
That shit.
Don't you think you?
That was one of my favorite Undertaker
great.
It looked,
now you've gone and done it. Things are about to get weird.
It was just anyway.
What's
this? That kind of got CM Punk too.
There's more.
So,
how many times do we have to deal with these
reality
things? I wish I could tell you the answer to that, but I can't. You know, this little mishap is all your fault. So I'm expecting you to do something about it. You son of a... Okay, Vegeta. Give it a rest, would you? Hey, I've got my hands full here, so could you handle the other guy for me? Yeah.
Need to be on guard.
This is gonna be a long episode of You got the rise of Daniel Bryan. CM Punk takes his ball to go.
Look, regardless of what the end date is, my answer is Brock Lesnar.
You gonna give it to the street?
What's with that attack? Even with this power, I
still don't have what it takes?
It isn't over yet.
All right. Looks like you're doing well. Let's try to keep this up.
We got the rise of DB.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. When we were looking at mid-card titles, it's just cosmetic. Miz is one of the ones to help bring.
Stop with all this.
Always. So we won't give it the preview? Because don't get me wrong. We won't give it because don't get me wrong. I can see why you say Brock Lesnar. That was during that was the but at least we not forget Brock Lesnar is still a part-time.
Can't be happening!
I mean,
Yeah, he ended the streak, but he wasn't.
Zach, just wait. This one's going to be it. I'm in trouble. What was that explosion? Hey, something's happening again.
Although that was the biggest part of the era, that doesn't necessarily. Well, no, the Daniel Bryan got it.
I'm gonna beat the hell out of you!
What do you mean something's happening? Obviously there's more in the mill, and we have you to thank for that. Man, these guys are good. Makes sense, I guess, since they're us. Help me out here, Kakarot.
After the championship.
It isn't over yet.
Yeah, and look, that's why the moment of the Daniel Bryan WrestleMania thing, I get that, but the run was lackluster only due to.
Oh yeah, that run was lackluster because after he got the titles, what did they really do with him?
He had a feud with Kane, fought for the championship, he won. I think he had one more after that, and it was.
He had the match with who came after Kane? Oh, Bray Wyatt, remember?
This isn't looking good.
Nah, that was later on.
Oh, that was later on. What the fuck am I talking about? That was after he. Yeah.
No, actually, that was before.
Wasn't it before?
Yeah,
the Fiend?
remember the Fiend. Daniel Bryan fought
Not the Fiend. That was way after. Oh, no, I'm tripping. Never mind. Like I said, they all run together after a while because at that point in time, WWE was like.
No, because remember his match with Bray Wyatt at Royal Rumble was the excuse for him not to be in the Royal Rumble. Remember?
Yeah.
That was the
whoa!
Excuse they gave
You're really well trained, aren't you?
In the Royal Rumble. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, and anybody who wants to go back and watch that Royal Rumble, if you didn't see it live,
see a crowd turn.
They edited out the boos. Batista got booed out of the building. Batista got booed out of the building. Don't let him lie to you. Batista got booed out of the building.
Philly wasn't having it. That wasn't Philly. Roman was in Philly. That's when you know the crowd is fucking with you. They booed the crowd. And they knew that was
Right, but yeah, dude, look. They booed Batista out the building that night. That's why we had the triple threat at WrestleMania with the whole match between Triple H leading up to it. Like, Daniel Bryan was peak Daniel Bryan. And then the injury fucked it up.
Right.
Like, that was definitely peak. But yeah, we got to give it to Brock Lesnar and The Miz. Can't even be mad at it. Because who was our World Heavyweight Champion at the time?
It wasn't. Brock unified them the next year.
Oh yeah, they did unify them. No, that was when they had the match with Randy Orton and John Cena. Remember, they had a ladder match.
No, it was still 2 championships at that point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
One championship. I'm like, oh.
So yeah. Brock Lesnar and The Miz. Brock Lesnar and The Miz. End of the story. The US champion. The Miz. brought prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship. All right, so 2016 is the end of that. Where are we at now? 17, 18, 19.
It has to cut off at 19.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame.
The pandemic happened in 2020.
All right, so we want to do the breakup of the Shield.
Cool. We could do that. Start, what's that, 2018?
About 2018.
Right.
The breakup of the Shield.
For them 3 years?
Mm-hmm. They strapped the racket. They stopped the rocket to Seth Rollins back.
I can't even lie. At that point, I give it to Seth, and I give it to.
Do we throw Dean in the pool?
Look, it's when he actually left, right? Oh, 2019 is when Dean Ambrose left too. You know what's great? Yeah. I gotta go Seth and Dean, and I'm only putting Seth in that era, and clearly not the pandemic or the current era we're in. Is because what the hell? Oh, is because he hit a dip with that whole Fiend thing.
Yeah, boy. Plus, on top of that, like, that was the Authority and
right.
Storyline, yo. Fuck that storyline. They need to kick their own ass with that one.
No, hey there! Glad you could make it. I was just conducting some research in the hopes of gathering energy, but I think I went a little overboard. I kind of lost control of the whole situation, if I'm being totally honest, so I kind of sort of need your help. I'll be way over here keeping an eye on you. Thanks bunches!
What the hell, I hate them on-screen, heels like that. Well, yo, I can make any fucking match I want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, put you in any crazy match, that's easy. That's low-hanging fruit, though, for real.
Plus, like, nothing overshadowed that. Nothing. Like, WWE was at such a...
Damn. But see, again, this is more of a moment than what we're actually talking about. But Sting debuted at that Survivor Series. Finally,
Get you folks.
That was a moment.
Yeah, that was a moment.
This is Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta! There's a bunch of you now.
You too, Kakarot. Look.
I can fight a field. This is way more than I can handle alone. Just try to take them on, okay?
So you want us to beat all these cops, huh? Sounds like fun to me. There's something off about these things. But at least they seem fun to fight.
You're far too easy to please, Kakarot.
Sorry to do this to you guys, but you're the only ones I can rely on. I mean, the only person who can take on Goku in battle is you, Vegeta. That's the fact, right? Fine.
Play your right. Blow these bastards to hell!
I think it's safe to say you're on their level, so I'm expecting great things from you too. But maybe something's going on saying that.
I won't fall for such a brain-dead tactic.
Man, these things are pretty convincing. I bet even Bulma wouldn't know they're fake.
Shut the hell up,
that goes to show how many
Let's
times
hurry and get this over with.
I think that's what mad everybody was at that
Looks
point.
like you guys are ready for the next round.
Huh? You mean there's more?
Like, what's the point of going back to this Authority? You already beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan for 6 months.
Whoa! Yep, there's more.
Just shut up and fight!
That's the stuff, Vegeta. You guys are gonna provide me with all sorts of juicy data. Happy fighting!
Meet the Prince of the Saiyans, reduced to a pathetic lab rat. Damn it!
We know you know.
Vegeta!
But it's like, and I think that's what
There's obviously prepare for pain. If you go crazy, stay still.
Jeez! Vegeta sure is angry with you. Better go make sure he doesn't kill him.
Yeah, like the Daniel Bryan thing was best for business.
Stop destroying my world!
Yeah.
Did you not hear me?
I think that's
around the time where like the if this machine breaks, we're in big trouble. And if I can eat this, come on, Vegeta. Don't you think you? What the? Oh, now you've gone and done it. Hey, that's a kid weird. There's more. How many times do we have to deal with these things? I wish I could tell you the answer to that, but you can't. You know, this little mishap is all your fault. So I'm expecting you to do something about it. You son of a... Okay, Vegeta. Get a rest, would you? Hey, I got my hands full here, so could you handle the other guy for me?
They wanted him to be,
Alright, looks like you're doing well. Let's try to keep this up.
What's with that attack?
Like, he was it was a weird time. Yeah. It was a weird time. They didn't know what they wanted to do. At one point, they wanted him to be Stone Cold. Then they wanted him to be Dusty Rhodes. Then they just wanted him to go out there and just destroy himself. We had that with Jericho.
Look at this.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can
what's going on?
Yeah, like it was a weird time.
It isn't over yet.
Yeah, he got an infection. He got an infection in his eye. Even when they did the documentary, like they tried to fix that house because yeah, so it's like,
all right,
it's like when he picked up the phone and got me, he's like, yeah, you know, almost high, but yeah, you can call me now. If you go back and watch that documentary, if they still have
this one's going to be it, few. I'm in trouble.
If they still have it,
what was that explosion? Hey, something's happening again.
What? You know, it was just, you got to give it to Seth, because.
Oh, you mean something's happening? Obviously, there's more of them now. And we have you to thank for that. Man, these guys are good. Makes sense, I guess, since they're us. Help me out here, Kakarot.
Even Randy Orton was put yeah. For the Authority.
What I had Seth and Dean.
Seth and Dean, that was it. Roman Reigns couldn't get his push yet. That's when everybody was begging for Roman Reigns to go here.
Damn it! I will win!
They just could not get Roman over.
Next we got Sasha Banks and Bayley.
Yeah. But we not forget.
Hell!
We're finally nearing the end of
Tribal
this.
Chief.
All right. The home stretch now.
The next era, the era we're in currently.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to give it to
They actually got them all. Hey, Vegeta, I want to talk to you about something. What? Are you serious? Well, you'll do it, right? They actually got what it takes to beat us.
Too, because this is
fine, but just this once.
The Messiah.
No, yeah, no, true. It's just that I've already
Again, that's what makes this hard.
After seeing what you could do in a fight, we had no choice but to put you to the ultimate test.
Yeah, we can't knock that
all right, let's do this. Time to see what you can really do.
Ride, but, rough ass ride.
Look, the most, and I know a lot. Most people talk about that the other dude that I picked. Me and Ambrose literally telling Seth Rollins,
You're just as strong as I thought, which is great. But this isn't over yet.
And he held to that damn word. Look, the first few months when they were actually infused with each other, I completely got it. When Seth would actually try to go cash in on who it was the champion at the time. But it was months later when they weren't even infused with each other. They were completely different people. And Seth ran and tried to cash in multiple times. And Dean just popped up like, nope, I said what I said. This ain't happening.
Right. Hey, man, look, I remember he stole the briefcase.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Way to go! You're fighting me with all sorts of data. Let's do this again sometime.
You're a real giant pain in the ass, you know that?
Vengeance is mine, saith Dean Ambrose.
For real, he wasn't on that, though.
That's it, good.
They tried
Keep concentrating on your training.
They tried to have him removed from the building. Like they
He didn't care. He didn't care.
The lunatic fringe for real.
Hey, look! I knew homie was wild when after Seth turned on him. That was a Monday or that was a Friday. The next TV show that they popped up in, Seth popped up in his it was like a suit, like it was almost like a skin tight suit, like they all had the tactical gear. Roman popped up in the tactical gear, but more of a vest with his logo on it.
Right.
Dean popped up in a pair of boots, a pair of jeans, and a white beater. Like, yo, what's up, man? Where is Seth, yo?
Hey, you ain't never lied. He was in the back like, when I find him, where is he? Like, he was ready to throw blows, man. And he kept that outfit going until he left.
Greetings.
He was on go mode. He's like, it's on.
The most he tweaked it when he turned heel, it went from a white tank top to a black tank top.
Right. Like he was like, it is on site when I catch Seth Rollins. It is on site where he at, bruh. That's the equivalent if you get into a fight with the school bully and you beat his ass. And then every time you go to school, he's like, man, where you at, bruh? This ain't over.
No, it was a segment in the back. Because, they never, it's never been an official, it's never been a full-on heel Dean Ambrose versus babyface Roman at that point in time. And we never saw, the only time they clashed was when they both were babyface and they just both, brothers going for the championship at the same time.
Right,
That's the most they clashed. So, like, up until Seth cashed in the title on Roman and Brock, we didn't see Roman go after Seth for what he did. Roman went after Kane and Triple H and Randy Orton, the big dog. Dean went after Seth and Seth only. So months later, bruh, I remember it was a backstage segment, whatever. Roman is in the feud. Roman had already feuded with the Authority at this point. He already multiple months in. Dean is in the back just walking. He walks in the locker room on Roman. And Roman like, yo, you seen Seth? I mean, Dean like, you seen Seth? Like, yo, nah, of course, he not gonna run. I'm not gonna run into him. He like, well, good, cause I'm still looking for his ass. And like Roman gives him the look like of like, you're still on that. But then he gave him a second look like, you know what? I'm gonna beat his ass too when I see him.
That's what that was, man.
It wasn't. All it was is just at that time, Roman hadn't really had the opportunity. It was more so Dean focused on Seth and Seth only. Roman was trying to knock out the whole Authority, so he never had the time to isolate against Seth.
Right, like he was like, look, you handle that. I'm gonna go make sure that they don't come fuck with you.
Exactly.
we gonna keep this a one-on-one. Anybody jump in, they can get it. Like, oh man.
But, okay, we got the pandemic era in the bag.
Right.
So next up is we got what are the current, we would say the current era that we're in right now. We got that 2001 to right now current 2000. I said 2001, 2021 to 2023. So what would we call this era?
That's the modern era.
Modern era. Cool. Modern era.
Call it what it is. Call it what it is. The modern era. And we already know who.
It's clear we got Roman. Mm-hmm. That's a hand. That's clear cut.
Undeniable.
What do we got for this second one?
As the second one for this era, it's been all bloodline for real. It's literally been all bloodline. Roman has buried them all.
I ain't gonna lie. For these last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 2 years. Like I'm going Roman and Kevin Owens, and honestly, I picked Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gonna get the nod because he got the match with Stone Cold. But the fact of what Kevin Owens, who he is and what he represents from the independent scene, where he is currently at, that's representative for a lot of people who's on the. So he really represents a lot of them when I say Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens.
I'm gonna give it to Kevin Owens too, and here's why. Roman Reigns has never gotten in this entire run. I didn't mean to cut you off before.
No, he cool. You good.
But this entire run, Roman Reigns is yet to beat Kevin Owens clean. He's had Kevin Owens' problem this entire run, and him and Kevin Owens, although they've had their distractions here and there, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens have been neck and neck this entire for this entire 3 years.
Look, he was the first person and only boy. Don't get me wrong, a couple of other people actually had him beat in some bullshit. Like Finn had him beat and some bullshit happened. Drew had
that shit was
some bullshit happened.
All about. I forgot all about man.
About
that
the
shit
lights
pissed.
Going out and shit. Yeah, I remember you came on the pod that night and was pissed the hell. I remember that.
Yeah, all about that shit. Like, how the fuck? How is the ring rope gonna break, bro?
KO had him beat the first one. That he legit said, like he said, I really could have ended this before it really started for real.
Yeah, like you gotta give it to Kevin Owens. These past 3 years have really been Kevin's coming out party as well. Sami Zayn was kind of thrown in the mix too.
Yeah, look, I only didn't. The only thing that separates Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn and Finn Balor is a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. That is, and look, AJ got the match with Undertaker. But Undertaker, we consistently see Undertaker at WrestleMania. And even though that was his last one, this man got a match with Stone Cold, someone we hadn't seen in over 15, 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would have put Bray up there, but Bray hasn't. Although he's had major character changes, like his management, as far as dealing with Vince, dealing with injury, dealing with depression, which isn't a bad thing by all means. Take time for your mental health. That's one of the things that I try to preach even with my co-host. Life comes first. Shit happens. But I can't really throw Bray into that pool because during the pandemic we had The Fiend. We had The Fiend and that was kind of something. He just came back recently, and that was kind of something. So we can't really throw Bray in there. But
I wish I could. I wish I were to be able to base that character that we first were introduced to up until now. He should be. You know what I mean? He should be in the same conversation with Roman. Give her to take that lengthy title reign. He should be in the same conversation as Roman. What separates is these gaps.
And that's the problem, because I would love to see Bray shine. He is a phenomenal talent, but I am really getting scared that he's leaning more towards wasted potential.
my thing is like, it's just always something. And originally, I thought it was, I thought they were gonna treat him like they did the Undertaker per se. Like,
well, that's why Undertaker passed the torch.
No, well, no, that's yeah, true. No, look, even before that, like with just the whole, his gimmick is more this supernatural thing. You don't even need with a gimmick like that, which we saw Undertaker benefited from this. You in our memory, we got Undertaker competing every week. Undertaker did not have a match every time the television was on, but the fact that his gimmick was always doing something on the show is why we just in our head just remember Undertaker every goddamn week. That is what I mean. Like even when Bray injured, I'm not gonna, okay, maybe them crazy injuries, yeah, we have to, yes, keep your ass at home. But like I feel like there still could be stuff that's done. Now whatever they say, this thing with creative or whatever, I don't know how true that is, because it was reported months ago he was done with the company. Now it's being reported that he's ready to return or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know what it's like. Again, it's always something, and these somethings is keep giving us gaps in the character.
But it takes me back to when we were talking about the CM Punk effect. I kind of feel like the CM Punk incident left such a sour taste in Vince's mouth that he's scared to let any character become so big that it becomes his own entity.
Right.
Like,
which from a business perspective, completely understand them. I can't allow the talent to become bigger than the product, because at that point I'm gonna need him more than he needs me. Now again, but sometimes that's actually look like he got a good relationship with The Rock. At his peak, a good relationship with Hulk Hogan. But then you got something. This isn't saying that CM Punk is a bad character or nothing like that. But then you got people like him that imagine if CM Punk, with his ego that we know about, imagine if he became big, got to that position where he was bigger than the company. Like, imagine if he had the power. Man, him walking out could have really went different if he really had the power that he thought he had.
Yeah.
Him walking out could have really went different. Now, granted, it had its ripple effects, but if he had the power that he thought he had, that could have went left for WWE.
It really could have. I mean, at the end of the day, there's ways to make your point to where you don't have to resort to that. I'd have felt better if we had Pipe Bomb too. You get what I'm saying? I'd have felt better with Pipe Time Part 2. I'd have came out there and be like, I'd have came right out there like, look, day in and day out, you got a bunch of people who busting their ass in the back to come out here and entertain you people and to make money for your company. Why do you keep bringing back these part-timers that are taking spaces away from other people, from people like that? He could have said that on live TV. We would have got Pipe Time too. It probably would have went a whole different direction. Caveat to that, you probably wouldn't have got the rise of Dan Bryan.
Yeah.
So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I think that's the message we're trying to get across. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So even though we got the rise of Daniel Bryan, we also got that glass ceiling becoming a bottle cap. And couldn't nobody get above that bottle cap. Rusev Day, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. No, yeah, Enzo and Cass, the Vaude Villains. Who else was the victim on that? There was a lot of people. But that is why you need to put yourself in the mindset of the things you do affect other people. You might be mad about it at the time, but they affect other people. Anybody who was trying to get above anything at that point after CM Punk left was just fucked. And that's just the Justin thing. Who was just stopped dead in his track. Heavy Machinery, split them up. Authors of Pain, split them up. Like anybody trying to get past that point or who was getting past that point, the Shield, I think that kind of had a hand in breaking up the Shield too, for real.
What?
The CM Punk thing, because the Shield was getting mad popular around that time too. Cut the legs off from under that. Like literally I want to say either before that WrestleMania or after that WrestleMania, they completely split up the Shield after the hot, like crazy hot run they had.
Just had, matter of fact, they just took down Evolution 2 months straight.
Yeah, like they just beat Evolution, and literally out of nowhere, boom, the Shield break up. Everybody's like, the fuck?
And what that said to me was that when they beat the Shield, of course it was just whatever, they beat them. But it also said to me, oh, this is when it solidified it. That, oh my God, they're being booked as one of the greatest factions of all time.
Yeah.
When once I saw that they beat the Shield, not once but twice, clean. Well, both of them matches was. Yo, both of them matches was fire, yo.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm sitting there, hindsight being 2020. Like when I was there and in the moment, I was confused as fuck. But hindsight being 2020, all of that was an effect of CM Punk just saying, fuck this shit, I'm out. It just caused a ripple effect that just swept across the WWE, and it was like, look, fuck this shit. I'm tired of the fans chanting this man's name every week. We can't get rid of this guy. We need to send a message, and we need to send it now. Break them up, break them up, break them up. Stop that, break them up, fire them. We got to clean this shit out. And that's literally what happened. Like, it was bad. They couldn't deny it. Even Stephanie, we don't want to talk about quitters. Like they tried.
Yeah, she was sending her shots.
Man, like when I said that AJ Lee got punished because of it, AJ Lee was the longest running Divas champion of all time. At that point in time.
Right.
They was dogging her because of the way he did. To the point where she felt the need to leave the company and they took her record away from her. Put the belt on Brock Lesnar, let Brock Lesnar take Punk's record away from him. They pretty much gave him the he who shall not be named treatment.
It's always going to be whatever chance they get, raising him from the record.
Hey!
Yeah, like he who shall not be named, he got that treatment. He got that treatment. And it's crazy, like, but it, like I said, it's just a ripple effect. Hulk Hogan almost got that treatment too. Hulk Hogan had to kiss ass real quick, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, man, it's like 2 in the morning. Ooh, this is a long episode, man. I hope we didn't bore everybody. But I guess we can just call this a special episode. We pretty much redefined. We pretty much redefined the entire WWE.
Starting from the 70s, what, the 70s?
Yeah, starting from the original 3. Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, and Darren Young's old manager. I can't think right now. This was a long ass episode. Oh. Long episode, but yeah, go ahead, listen back. It's a good sit through. You can listen to it while you're working, but I think I'm all out. That's it. That was it.
Yeah, we went through a whole damn catalog for the most part.
Went through the entire WWE. So if y'all don't agree with this list, hey, let us know in the comments. If y'all agree with this list, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, if they like it, we might come up with some other tougher lists. Like imagine coming out with eras of Impact list.
Hey, ooh, that's another.
Like, you know what I mean? Like we like if y'all like these lists.
Yeah, if y'all like it, we can do it. We can keep doing it. I mean, we said we wasn't gonna go too far. We was gonna start having a little bit more fun with this and start doing general discussions. At the end of the day, we are fans. We are fans. We used to do the news stuff, but dude, with our busy schedules, we grown men too. So with our busy schedules.
Look, what it is, it's just sometimes we can't catch everything. Like, you know, we try to catch as much as we can though, for real. We even catch some wrestling that we don't even report on anymore though, for the most part. But it's like I can't catch SmackDown every day. Like I'm gonna make the pod, but I can't catch SmackDown. So we can talk about something else. If you just gonna brush through SmackDown, let us all know what's going on, then that gives us a little bit of time to talk about something else then.
Yeah, so like we just look for more kind of fun episodes like this. Hopefully not as long in the future, but if y'all like this, man, we got more coming. We got so much. It's so much you can cover in the spectrum of wrestling, video games, movies, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna do some fun episodes. This is a variety podcast, but you know, we wrestling fans first. So this has been the Afterthought Era Podcast. It's your boy Zetamine TV.
It's your boy Jim West.
Shout out to the homie Sauceton. We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace. Woo, that was long.
Definitely was.
I was like a 3.5 hour.